All right, how's everybody doing tonight? All right, good to see everybody. Free at last. By the book. Pro-white leadership. All right, good to see everybody. Um, Tonight I'm going to be talking about protecting black women. Okay. What does it really take to truly protect black women? Okay. I In today's world, in our country, the biggest group that's in danger is black women. It really is. And in our nation, it's our responsibility to protect the women in our nation as men. And black women, it is our responsibility as white men, as it is black men and any other men in America. Okay. Um, I'm going to show you some videos. Okay, some news reporting. Okay, it might be a little triggering. Okay, it's really sad, but I'm going to hit some points and what I feel black women should look out for, and what I think a way to protect black women. Because in reality, we can't as men be on every street corner patrolling the neighborhoods and all that stuff, right? But there's things we can do to kind of contribute to protecting black women in a way. Um, you know, by telling the truth about black women, by you know, showing their accomplishments and giving them things to look out for. And I think the best way is us as white men and other men to talk about this subject, you know, and put out what we think would protect. And also talking with black women, okay? Because you live a black woman's life. You know more about the dangers you face than most of us, especially as white men that haven't grown up in a black neighborhood, okay? Um, you know, we see things different. We're in different communities a lot of times, so we might not know. Um, and but this discussion needs to be made. And there's plenty of weirdos out there attacking black women and causing havoc. And we see in the media, we see on TV, the media don't show everything, but we do see black women getting attacked. Okay, out in the streets, things are happening. Looking at stats, it's kind of troubles. It's really troubling. Okay, and I've been thinking about this. My wife is a black woman. Of course, I'm protecting my wife and my daughters and the women in my family. But on a bigger scale, how can we do this? How can we protect? Um, it seems that, just my humble observation, it seems when things are happening to men, black women jump in and they go full force. They're out to protect, they're out to protest, they're out to, protect their men. But when it comes to black women, I don't see the same thing. I don't see black men going out there doing that for black women. Maybe I don't see everything. Maybe, I'm missing something. Outside looking in, but this is what I see. And this is what I'm told. Okay. And black women is our responsibility. Us as men. That's every man in our country. They're part of our country, part of our community. Okay. A woman that, whether she looks like you or not, you're supposed to protect her as a man. That's what we're designed to do. That's how God created us, to protect women. Okay, even if it's not your wife or even someone you know, we're supposed to protect women, you know. But unfortunately, there's so many weak men that want to be the beautiful one, want to be the prize, and want to be protected by women. And sometimes we get it ass backwards, you might say. And that's where, society's going in today's world. But anyway, I'm going to show you, Okay, let me get the disclaimer up here real quick before I show these news clippings, these news videos here. Okay. I don't know why I forgot to do this. I was in a rush. But uh okay, I'm just searching for it, guys. Just bear with me a little bit and I'll get it in. Um okay, I think I got it now. Yes, I do. Okay, sorry about the delay, guys. Okay. Okay. Good point. Pro white leadership. Okay. All right. Here it is, guys. Here's the copyright disclaimer. Okay. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in the favor of fair use. Okay, there it is in a nutshell. Okay, we're going to be showing these news reportings, under the Fair Use Act of 1976. Okay, and we're going to use it for, and if you need to see it, just rewind it later. Um, but and this is a good thing. Black women need to focus on men that loves them, regardless of skin color. Yes, love over race loyalty. I always believe in that. Um, you want the best option, and ladies, you have options. Black women, you have options. Okay, black women that are limited with options, 98% of the time limit their options themselves. Okay, it's not, so I just want to say that. But we live in a cruel, evil world. Okay, we live in a world that is disgusting. You know, there are people out there that seek to do you harm. Okay, you got to be on your guard, and black women especially, and those of us in interracial relationships need to be on our guard. And I tell you, you think I'm not packing where I live? I'm always on my guard. Observe it. You just never know. And ladies, I'm going to tell you this before I show this video: the most dangerous man out there is a jealous man. Okay, because he's not thinking rationally. He's just has hate, pure aggression, and he's not thinking. The jealous man out there is the most dangerous. And I've dealt with jealous people, and they are dangerous, both men and women. You know what I mean? Um, are these videos stressful? Well, it depends on how you take it. Okay, these are news reportings. Okay, of stuff that's happening. Um, one's a new, recent news reporting. Okay, and the other one was 3 months old. Okay, I'll go in the first one, and you guys have already probably seen this throughout YouTube. Okay, a mother of six is sent to meet her maker because something went wrong in the relationship. Okay, with her boyfriend. Okay, and it's disturbing. It's not something you want to see, but something we need to be aware of. Because if you get in with a jealous man or jealous male, you can be in danger. Now, this is the extreme that this guy goes through. Not long. They're not going to be long. Thanks. But they're not going to be long, okay? This is what's shown on news, so you're not going to see stuff that's you can't see on your local television, okay? But I need to show this and I need to talk about it, okay? And I'll stop in between, break it down as I feel I need to, but we need to focus on this. And not just black women, white men, uh all races of people should focus on this, okay? Men and women, you know, this is stuff that's happening in the real world. Okay, you need to be aware of this because you never know when you're going to be blindsided by someone that don't like you, that wants to destroy you. Okay, it's reality. Okay, let me go ahead and put it up here.
Her own boyfriend. Minivan.
Okay.
A beloved mother.
Okay, this is Fox 20, and I believe it's in Boston. So give them a shout out for the news reporting. But I'll go ahead and show it, and just you guys have probably already seen this, but if not, just kind of watch and observe and listen to the story and how this can take place. It can affect anybody. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and show it.
Attacked and murdered inside a minivan, investigators say, by her own boyfriend. Tonight, we're learning more about the victim and what led up to this tragedy. Fox 29's Ellen Kaloje reports.
That mother of 6 children was brutally stabbed in front of this grocery store in broad daylight on Saturday. And now the father of her children is charged with murder, and her family hopes that her death serves as a wake-up call for other women.
Okay, let me stop right there. Okay, she's telling the story, right? A mother of 6, okay, is sent to meet her maker by her boyfriend. Okay, let that sink in. They have 6 children together. Okay, and I think she's in her 30s, right? So, I mean, they have a relationship, and she's had only children with this guy, right? She's been loyal and faithful to him. They are not married, and my belief, I'm like, why would you have children and not be married? But that's me, okay? Um, I'm a traditional guy. I believe before you have children, you need to be married. But anyway, I'm not going to go off into that. But she's a loyal woman to her boyfriend. They have 6 children together, okay? And this guy up here is her brother, and I think he's a minister or something. But we'll listen to what he says. And but this is the story. The boyfriend just went in and sent her to meet her maker with a knife in a minivan in broad daylight. Okay, let me go ahead and show this here. Sorry. Okay.
And when I say she was loyal to this man, very loyal, diehard loyal, do anything for him. And I'm
Okay, there she is, guys. Okay, very beautiful young lady, isn't she? Very attractive. And she was loyal to this guy. 6 children, loyal. Children with just him. Okay, it's like she was married but wasn't married. You know what I mean? So, and that's her brother telling her, you know. But anyway, let's continue.
I mean, they just got engaged recently, and so for this to happen is definitely, it's not shocking, but it's tragic.
Okay, I was wrong. Victim's cousin. I thought it was her brother. It's her cousin. Okay, I got that one wrong. Sorry. But anyway, a relative. But he explains how she was. Okay.
Ashley Lockhart died Saturday after police say she was brutally stabbed multiple times in this minivan by her boyfriend, Raymond Thompson. This surveillance video, obtained by Fox 29, shows Thompson just minutes before the attack. The DA's office confirms that.
Okay, that's before the attack. There he is. Okay. Let's rewind it here. Okay, look at his shirt. No justice, no peace. Black Lives Matter? Okay, does he believe Black Lives Matter if he's going to send his girlfriend to meet her maker? It's kind of a contradiction, don't you think? No justice, no peace. Are you bringing her justice and peace? You need to be brought to justice anyway, but let's continue.
This surveillance video obtained by Fox 29 shows Thompson just minutes before the attack. The DA's office confirms that Thompson was well known to police and that Ashley had filed a protection from abuse order against him. But despite the PFA, they were still living together.
I don't have specifics to answer for you on this man's record. I do know that it's very lengthy, and I know the case is extremely sad and very, very troubling. I would agree with that for sure.
Okay, so you hear what they said. She had a protective order against him because of violence, right? But then she's still living with him, giving him a second chance. She's loyal, and I mean, black women are loyal. Black women, you go all out for black men. I'll tell you. And I've seen it to where black women are abused and beaten up, and still loyal to their men. Loyalty is a beautiful thing, ladies, and that's a good quality. But some men you don't need to be loyal to. I'm just saying, if they bring you harm, no loyalty. You loyal to the ones that love you. Okay. Blind loyalty just to someone that's your same race that's foolish. Okay. And I'm not saying get out of your race. I'm just saying be faithful to the man that loves you. Okay. All right. But she was trying to make it work. He was violent, jealous. Okay. Jealous men are the most dangerous, straight up. Anybody they run on impulse, hate, anger, and wow. But we'll continue on with this, and you'll get to hear what he actually did to her. It's pretty disgusting.
And this particular victim obviously did the right thing. For some reason, she was back with this man in that particular van. I don't know the circumstances of that. I don't know why that was. But sadly enough, she's not going to be here to tell us what happened.
The DA says Thompson turned himself in Saturday right after the stabbing, which is little comfort to Ashley's family, grieving the loss of the mother who had 6 children with Thompson, the youngest just 5 months old.
She loved everybody. She had a reputation of just compassion and love. And for her children, she was a nurturer.
The family has set up a GoFundMe to help Ashley Lockhart's 6 children, ranging in age from 5 months to 10 years old.
Okay, there's her and her beautiful children, right? Six daughters, and these beautiful young ladies are left without a mother, and it's sad, and there's a GoFundMe there. I mean, you can donate to that. They're going to need all the money they can get. I'm going to donate to it. I mean, because the thing of it is it's sad. How can you have that much anger at someone to just take their life like that? I mean, and I don't know if they said it yet, but she was stabbed 18 times. When the police arrived, there was a knife stuck in her head. Okay, that's how gruesome it was. He didn't just take her out, he did it with anger and hate. I mean, but it's sad. It's a tragedy. Now you got 6 young girls that have no mother now, and they don't have their father because he's going to prison. It's sad, and they'll probably end up in the system, foster care, and you don't know what you're going to get from that. And it just sad. Hopefully, family members come through and take these girls in, and so they could be raised by family. Because if not, it's sad, and such a tragedy, unnecessary. If you don't like her no more, you have hate for her, move on. Don't take children's mothers away. I mean, seriously, it's really disturbing and sad. But let's continue. Okay, it's almost done.
If you'd like to donate, we have a link on our website. Just go to fox29.com. Tonight at 7 o'clock, there will be a memorial held for Ashley, and organizers are asking people to bring green and white balloons to release in her honor. In West Philadelphia, Ellen Kaloje, Fox 29 News.
A
Okay. Okay. All right. What happened in that video, and you can go on YouTube and watch there's many different news reportings on that event. And you know, as we're seeing in the beginning, he was actually going in the van and he sent her to meet his maker. And I don't know what would propel someone to do that. Jealousy, anger. Um, and ladies, be careful of that. Any man out there that's jealous, you need to be very careful. Jealous men do not think rationally. I've been in the military and I've been around these guys that are jealous of their wives and stuff. And they keep their wives like prisoners, like there's no trust, like they're always watching them. They're always afraid they're going to excel over them, afraid that they're going to outdo them. And I don't know what triggered this. There's rumors out there that she wanted to buy a house and he wasn't having it. I heard that. I don't know if that's true. All I know is he's been with her for several years. They got 6 children together. Okay. And I don't see how any man can have children with a woman and want to destroy her. I just don't understand that. It makes no sense. And not only did he do that, but those little girls, their lives, they're going to be scarred the rest of their life. Don't matter how much therapy they got, they're going to carry this their whole life. And it's sad. It's one thing to lose your mom or dad, but to have one parent take out the other. I mean, how do you cope with that? How do you deal with that? And serious, how and this is something you need to watch out for because we see this a lot. And I've scrolled through the media, YouTube. You guys have seen, things take place that are extreme by jealous males out there that get turned down and they attack women. Okay, we've seen people hit women with skateboards because they get rejected. Try to gouge out their eye because you know they turn them down on buying them some wine that they can't take that rejection. And for me personally, I think it's a cultural problem. I think you raise men up and tell them they're the greatest ever, and you pamper them, you're going to have problems. Okay, because these guys grow up and their moms tell them they're the greatest thing ever, and other women lift them up. And black women, I know you lift up your men and you tell them that they're the most desirable, they're the greatest, but you're really harming them. You really are, because once they get rejected and other women don't see them that way, their mom might have told them they're greatest forever. Their girlfriends might have told them that. They get with a woman that don't want nothing to do with them. They can't take it. They lose control. They get jealous. They go in a rage. Okay. And that's for any group of men. Seriously, do not baby men. Don't you know don't treat them bad, but keep them grounded in reality. Show them love. Ladies, you got to nurture your children. Give them that. But if there's not a man around, you got to teach them. They need to be a man. They need to know that they're not special. Okay, that they got to prove themselves to be special. You got to earn that. You got to work for it. To be a good man, you got to become a good man. You don't just get it because of your skin tone, and a lot of times, ladies, you go to bat for your men, but you're weakening them. You're seriously, don't do that to men. Men need to be tough. They need to have some rejection. Not beat them down, but we got to learn how to cope with rejection. We got to learn to cope with failure because it happens to all of us. You cannot go out there and be a winner right off the bat. The best winners, lose along the way. Okay? Because they get tougher, they get stronger, they know how to rise up when they fall. They know how to get back up. They know how to build, provide, and I'm telling you, in this situation, I don't know these people, but I would bet that this man is a jealous man. I would bet that he's jealous of her. I would bet that, he's worried about her going elsewhere or whatever, but he's jealous. He's angered. She did something to him. Okay? And I don't think she did anything wrong. She just wants a better life for him, her, and their daughters. And I think he snapped. Okay? And to just go in on someone you have children with like that, where's the love? And ladies, you need to be with a man that will lay down his life for you, not one that will take yours. You understand what I mean? You need to have that man that will give his life for you, not a man that will take your life. You don't want that, okay? And I'm telling you, jealous men are the most dangerous. And I'm telling you, well, jealous people. I tell you, with me and my wife, we've dealt with jealousy like that, anger. Along the way, there was a couple Karens that went in on me and my wife, anger, with us and our children that actually wanted to do harm to us just for being there. So jealousy, oh, be careful. Ladies, if you're around a man that's jealous, I would suggest get away because there's something going on with him. Something's wrong. And not every jealous man's going to go this extreme. Okay. This is extreme. There most would probably degrade you or might even hit you every now and then. But this, he went all out. He wanted to destroy her, period, end of story. Um, but it's just horrible. So how do we protect women from this? How could I, as a white man, uh, help stop this? Okay, I couldn't been there and fought him off, right? We don't know when this is going to take place, and but how can we, you know, protect black women? I've been asked this a number of times. Women say, "Well, what are you doing to protect black women?" And I'll get that deer in the headlight look like, oh, what I do? I'm protecting my wife, my daughter. But that is a good question. And this should be a question of all men, seriously. How can we protect black women? Seriously. Because it is our responsibility, whether you're black or white. Seriously. As men, that's our responsibility, protect our women. And when I say our women, the women that are in our country, that are in our neighborhoods, our home. They don't belong to us, but they're part of our community. Okay? They're part of our country, our nation. And it is our responsibility to protect them. How do we do that? Maybe the media can jump on board, and every time something happens to a black woman, she goes missing, instead of letting it go by the wayside because it don't bring views uh, to the national media. Why can't they put those stories out? There are so many black women missing, they don't ever really cover it. It's just a quick thing, and it's gone. This story here, it's going wash under the bridge. You know, local news stations are carrying it, but the national media not so much. Before you know it, it'll be long forgotten. That woman that has six daughters with this crazed lunatic, the memory will be gone. We'll forget. They're not going really go into this, you know. And it's crazy that guy had a Black Lives Matter shirt on and he's going to harm a black woman. I don't understand that. Where is the logic in that? Um, you know, um, you remember what was happening with George Floyd, right? Everybody was in an uproar. Everybody went in on his defense. But what about this woman? Are Black Lives Matter going to come out and support her and her family? Are they going to come out and give her a golden casket? Are we going to make a statue of this young lady for doing, standing by her children and even the man that took her out? Because I guarantee you, this woman had more character than George Floyd. And I'm just saying. And I didn't wish him no harm, so don't get me in on this. But think about it, you know. And I'd rather go George Floyd's way than this woman's way. I'd rather just someone stomp my breath out and that be it than take multiple stab wounds and have a knife in my head. I'm just saying. Either way is not good. But the thing of it is where's our focus? When stuff happened to black women, do you see people protesting? Do you see the media going in a frenzy? Do you see golden caskets for black women that are victims? Do you? Do you see it? I mean, seriously. And I think everybody should have justice, but the thing of it is, black women ain't getting it. They really aren't. They have a GoFundMe page for, I think it had 30,000, and that's great. But the George Floyd case, they were millionaires, but I guess it didn't fit the criteria. It wasn't a white police officer that did this. Maybe she would have got more out of it if it was that, but I still don't think so. I think you know, black women are in such support of black men, they'll roll out the red carpet, they'll do whatever it takes. But ladies, I ask you, is black men doing the same for you? And that matter is any men doing that for you across the board, really. And it's a sad thing. How can we protect black women? And black women, do not lower your standards. This is what you get. Seriously, you should be with men that are on your level economically. You should, or above in economics. The man should be making more. And the reason I say that is because a man feels like a man when he's providing. Okay? The weak men that want the women that provide, leave them by the wayside. Let their moms take care of them. Okay? Ladies, you go for the men that are men that are going to provide and take care of you. And like I say, and don't deal with jealous men. You're going to only get into problems. You're going to end up getting hurt. Not always physically, but emotionally. It's going to be stressful. Okay? And two, the man makes more, he feels like a man. You feel like a woman because he's taking care of you. I mean, it's natural. It's natural for men to work hard and bring home a paycheck, and the women support their man. That's how it's supposed to be. We flip it around the other way, it never works. There's always problems. And I'm not saying women don't pursue your careers and stuff, do that. But go with men at your level, at your educational level, at your income level. I'm serious. Now, us men, find you a good wife, whether she's, you know, lower middle class, or where you're at. Okay, it can work that way with men. A man could be a millionaire and marry a regular woman, and it'll be just fine. Okay, but the other way around, it just don't work. There's always an exception, yeah, but usually, I just, there was one time my wife made more than me, and I felt like dirt. And it's not because I'm trying to outdo her; it's because I want to be the provider. I was, trained and conditioned. I was groomed to be a provider. And once I was able to get back up and be that provider again, everything was great. Everything was wonderful. So, but anyway, but ladies, that's how you protect yourself. Be with the man that is at your level. If he's jealous, stay away, because you're going to deal with more headache than you need. And you got to have trust in a relationship. Um, but I've seen jealous men. They go in rage. They do horrible things. I haven't seen this extreme what this guy did, but You don't want that. That's a red flag. A man that's really jealous of you, wondering where you at, who you talking to, how come you didn't come back from the store in 22.3 minutes when it should only take you 15, and who are you talking to? That type of stuff. Nah. Because if there's not trust, you can't have a relationship. You got to have trust. And you can't have jealousy, because jealousy just, and I would say, guys, same thing. If you're with a woman that's jealous like that, I've been in a relationship like that, and it don't work. You can't. You're like a prisoner. You can't even go to the store without her wondering, or you can't even go see your parents. It's crazy. Um, and that's a red flag. In my opinion, the jealous man is the most dangerous man. Period. I believe that to be true. Um, but anyway, but seriously, think about that. And guys, I would say, you want to date, marry black women? Okay, that's great. Let me tell you something. You better be a man. You better be on your game, because truth be told, there's times you're going to be in the danger zone. And what I mean is, you're going to have to stand up for her, not just against white people that don't like it, but black people too. Jealous people on both sides. You're going to have to deal with the jealous Karens and the jealous Tyrones. You are. And they're not going to like it. And they're going to have hate for you. You need to watch your back. Okay. And I'm not just saying this. It's true. I've had experience with jealous people, and they're dangerous. Okay. But anyway, yeah, click that like button, please. Thanks, guys. Uh, but seriously, ladies, get with the man that can provide. That's going to eliminate a lot of problems there. If he can't provide for you and you got to lower your standards, don't even mess with it. It's better to be alone than take care of a man. Seriously. It's better be alone than working 3 jobs to support him, you, and the kids. Don't go there. Serious. Okay. But my thing tonight is, I think, to protect black women. Okay. Black women, listen. Leave jealous men alone. Okay. Go with a man that's at your level, economically, educational, and if he don't reach your level, leave him alone. Okay. Make the man provide for you. That's what we're designed to do. We live better. We're healthier when we're providing for women and children. We just do. Okay, that's what we're programmed to do. That's what we're designed to do. We're not designed for you to take care of us. No. The only time a man should be taken care of is when he's a child. Once he moves out, he's a man now. He's got to take care of his own family. Ladies, seriously, go to the man at your level, and get out of the race loyal thing. It could harm you. Okay, it clouds your judgment. Okay, when it comes down to it, do not worry about a man's image. A man's image is up to the man. Okay, you don't have to fight a man's battles. And black women, I'd say, you don't have to fight to make the black man look good. He's got to do it himself. He's got to be the competitor. He's got to show he's the best choice. You can't do it for him. No woman can do that for the men in their community. It don't work. You're just going to make them weaker and less competitive. You're just going to make him depend on you. Okay? No. We need, seriously. And ladies, what you should be focusing on is your image. Ladies, you guys are the most educated, most successful. The media won't say it, but you are that. Don't let them put you in that box, that stereotypical box where they say you're loud and crazy. No, don't let them get away with that crap. Show them how you really are. You're professional, you're traditional, and you're awesome Wives and mothers, you are. And don't let these betas say, well, black women are the least married and most single mothers. Yeah, because the beta males are making them that way. You cannot blame a woman for being a single mother as a man. You can't. Because women, are emotional. They want to be loved. They want to be that princess, that treasure. That's how women are designed. And us as men are supposed to provide for that. But unfortunately, we got weak men that want to be, that are competing to be the princess. And I'm not being funny. I'm serious. They want to be the prize. The Bible tells us that the woman is the treasure. Okay? And if a man's not, trying to be the prize, he's only looking at what you're going to do for him, and your relationship will not work. And it's not doing you any good, and it's not doing him. He's destroying himself, seriously. And men need to be men. Women 10 years earlier, women die 10 years earlier when they are married. Oh, really? I don't know about that one. I tell you this, if God was going to take 10 years of my life and give me a choice to be married and lose 10 years or be single the rest of my life, I'll take that marriage in a heartbeat. Rest in your femininity. Yes, ladies, that's what you're supposed to do. The man's supposed to be the provider. Okay? Women do have the roles. Okay? But us as men, we got to do ours. We can't just expect her to submit and we're not even marrying her. I mean, that's not right. That's not, women should only submit to their husbands. Uh, Hello, Indiana mom. Good to see you. Uh, there's another story I'm going to show. Okay. And this is another sad one. Okay. And this is an interracial couple. Okay. And the thing of it is, okay, and this is an elderly couple, a white man and black woman that were sent to meet their maker while taking nature walk together. They liked walking, they like hiking, going on hiking trails, and they were retired. They were in their 60s, almost 70. Um, I think he was from I want to say I don't know, somewhere up north. No, uh, around Boston or somewhere like that. Uh, and she's from West Africa, right? But I guess they met earlier on in their life, and they're a loving couple. Everybody loved them. They didn't have no enemies or nothing. But somebody went and gunned them down while they were taking a walk down a trail. And I know you've seen New Hampshire. Yes, you're right. Yeah, New Hampshire. So I'll show you this. Yeah, New Hampshire is the place. Okay. And let me get it here. All right. And if you want to see this in more detail, go watch Cerebral's channel. She does an awesome breakdown of this couple. She tells the story, and I shared it on my community page. And then she talks about a couple back in 2008 that were sent to meet their maker by jealous men. And he was a white man. He was a Marine sergeant, and she was a black woman, and they were in their 20s. And he was a sergeant in the Marine Corps, successful. They bought a house in Riverside County. Things were looking up. They're both successful. She's very beautiful, and he was successful. And jealous people, you got to watch them seriously. But I don't have that video. Cerebral does. Check out her channel. I would say watch her. Most of you guys know who she is. Probably most of you are subscribed to her. If you're not, do it. She's got great content. Um, I watch her as much as I can. But anyway, Let me show this news clipping here. And you've probably seen it. This was 3 months ago, okay?
After a husband and wife were found shot to death near a walking trail in Concord, New Hampshire, investigators still cannot explain what happened to them, and neighbors are getting more worried by the day. Detectives today were back out on those trails near Concord looking for clues. WBZ's Louisa Mueller spoke with the people leading the investigation. She's live in Concord with more tonight. Louisa?
David, the bodies of Stephen and Jez Wendy Reed were found somewhere in the area of this trail, and it's here where we saw police walking the trails today and speaking with residents, trying to get down to the bottom of this. They also have more than 60 tips. Concord, New Hampshire police invests, walk the brush-surrounded footpaths where the bodies of Stephen and Jez Wendy Reed were discovered.
Okay. Okay, there they are. Okay, that couple, they're in their 60s, been married several years, right? You can tell they're up in age. He's aging a little more because he's a white guy, and she's, aging less. That's how it happens. But a lovely couple, right? This couple in their community was loved. They didn't have nobody that hated them. They just liked to take hikes. They were retired, living their best life. She's from West Africa. He's from New Hampshire. Two people that love each other. But somebody had hate because they're an interracial couple, that hate, that jealousy. And I don't know if it was by some white supremacist hate group or some jealous black dude. I don't know. It could go either way, right? People are evil in this world. They don't know yet. But anyway, I'll continue on.
Were discovered. And after a weekend of combing these trails, investigators have nothing new to report.
We have no new specific information to provide at this time.
The retired married couple in their 60s lived here at the Alton Woods apartment complex and regularly took walks at the nearby broken ground trails.
They seem like a nice couple, keep to themselves, haven't caused any trouble, no complaints. Say hi.
But police say the couple never returned from a Monday afternoon walk in the woods. They were reported missing Wednesday, and Thursday they were found dead from multiple gunshots.
Okay. So, multiple gunshots. Why would somebody go after an elderly couple like that? They're retired. They're enjoying each other. They're taking a walk. They're hiking. They're living out their retirement years, but yet somebody couldn't stand seeing an interracial couple. And my thing is, I don't think it was a random shooting at all. I think it was triggered because they were an interracial couple. There's some people that don't like seeing that, and guys, you got to be on your guard. I've dealt with people that don't like seeing me and my wife, and that are mean about it. And they'll let you know they don't like it. I've never had nobody, shoot at me and my wife, but you never know. I'm always packing. And ladies and black women especially, you need to have your concealed permit. Seriously. I believe that. Because you're in danger more than any group. Seriously. I think everybody should, learn how to use, a firearm for safety, but learn how to use it, be safe. And because you never know when somebody might be trying to take you or your children to meet their maker. I'm just going to say it. I mean, there's so much evil out there. Look, a nice couple there, living their, their, golden years, loving each other, not messing with nobody. They're gunned down. No reason, makes no sense, but there's haters. But anyway, I'll continue.
I don't usually lock our indoor door, but I've been locking both of them because it's just, you don't see that sort of thing happen around here.
With no word on a motive, the tragedy has the city on edge. A friend of the family who did not want to show her face said this.
It would be nice to know if it was targeted, why. It's just not I don't feel very comfortable with the message that the city's sending right now.
The senior assistant attorney general repeated this message.
We don't have any specific information that would lead us to believe that the public in general is in danger, but people should be vigilant.
And asked for more help from the public.
For anyone who was hiking in the broken ground trails on Monday afternoon, in particular on the Marsh Loop Trail, but on any of the trails in that area, is asked to contact the Concord Police Department.
Now, the couple's family released a statement thanking law enforcement. They also said that Steve and Wendy, as they were known, were soulmates. He from Concord, she from West Africa, and that they bonded over their mutual love of adventure and fitness. Live in Concord, New Hampshire, Louisa Moeller, WBZ News.
4 days after.
Okay, thank you, WBZ News. Nice reporting. So, black women, that shows that there is a danger out there. Okay, whether you're in an interracial marriage or in a relationship with a man in your same racial group, ladies, you're in danger. I'm serious. I don't know it like you know it, but what I see on the news, what I see, and reading news stories, seeing videos, um, it's scary. And you think she was in Concord, right? And I was uh, looking up. There was some stats in 2021. There was only one homicide in that area, so it's a pretty safe place. It's like almost one of the safest places in America. So they went to a safe community, a safe neighborhood. You seen that lady? She says, "Well, I never locked my front door. I am now." I mean, it's like they're in Mayberry where everybody's friendly and loves each other, and you don't have to lock your door type thing. Um, I would suggest always lock your door and be on your guard, regardless what neighborhood you live in. Okay, there's crazies everywhere. Okay, and there's jealous people everywhere. There's people out there that don't like to see the interracial couple. They're not down with that. They hate it. They despise you for it. And especially black women, white men, they hate you the most. Serious. And then I'm going to show you this other news clipping. Okay. And this was another one as they go in their investigation and they do a sketch of the guy that's a suspect. That don't mean he did it, but he's a suspect in there. But I'll go ahead and add this real quick. And then I'll have a short panel, short. Okay. I'm not going to talk too much tonight. I want to close this early, but I'm going to allow you to come in and be nice people. Okay. Well, we're going to focus on safety for black women, how black women can be safe, how, precautions. And ladies, you know best of what you're faced with than I do. I just go off what I hear. My wife tells me some stuff, but my wife, was raised in a white community. Some of the things you ladies go through, my wife hasn't. She's pretty much a black woman raised in a white community, a different culture. Okay, so some things I don't know. So don't get upset if I'm wrong. Just correct me, and I can learn. Okay, but anyway, let me go ahead and show this one, and then we'll have a short panel, and then we'll close it up, and then have a good night. And I'll be back Friday. It's Wednesday. I'll be back Friday night. Okay, but I just want to make this short because I gotta some stuff I gotta do at work. And you see, I'm at the side camera here. I'm not at my original one. I'm doing some work in my studio. I got some areas torn up that I'm doing improvements. So I'm at this camera for tonight, but Friday I should be back to normal. If that bothers you, you don't see the same background. People like the background. and I'm working to make it as pleasant as I can. But let me show you guys this. Okay, this is and if you see any more updates to this case, let me know. Send me a video. I'm interested. I just caught this on Cerebral's uh live show that was like 3 months ago. Um, but you know, but let me go ahead and show this.
That could help catch a killer in New Hampshire. Evidence tonight that could help catch a killer in New Hampshire, the person who shot a couple on a walking trail near their home. Police just hours ago released this sketch of a person of interest in the murders.
Okay, that's a person of interest right there. That he was seen around the area. Um, and if you live in the, Boston area, or where is it? where this couple's from. Um, See someone that looks like this? That's a person of interest. Okay, that don't mean he did it, but police are really interested in this character. They even have a sketch artist, right? And I don't know. I'd like to know who he is. What does he belong to? Is he from a hate group or something or does he just not like interracial couples? I don't know.
WBZ's Christina Hager is live in Concord tonight, where investigators shared some new information late this afternoon. Christina?
Lisa, it all goes back to April 18th. That is the date the victims were last seen headed to Broken Ground Trail here for a walk, and it is the same day a man police are now looking for was also seen around here.
A sketch of a man's profile, someone investigators say was seen near the wooded trail where Stephen and Wendy Reed were mysteriously shot to death last month.
He is someone that investigators believe may have information about these crimes as either a witness or a suspect.
Weeks.
Okay, so you hear that? He's either a witness or a suspect. So that don't mean the guy's guilty. He might have just been hiking himself and just somebody seen him in the area. So they think he might either be a suspect or have some information they need. So I just want to put that out there so people don't think, oh, they got him. They didn't catch him yet. Not that I know of. Okay. But from the knowledge I got, they're still looking. Okay, who's in the chat? Who's the troll? Regardless of both Cole and Gardner. Well, I don't know. All right, mods, if you see anybody saying some stupid stuff, get them out of here. I ain't got time to play games. This is a serious matter. We're talking about protecting black women. And if you're a black man, you should be wanting to protect too. Just saying.
After the murders, police say more than 170 tips have come into them, but still no major break in the case.
People certainly did hear things that are of value in the investigation.
Now they hope the announcement of a newly increased reward for information, $33,500, could shake.
All right. $33,500. If anybody has any information, you live in the area, I don't know if that's still going on. Heck, they might have broke the case for all I know. I'm behind the power curve here. I haven't been watching a lot of news. All I know is Biden's raiding Trump's house, and that's the latest I've heard. But, if you live in the area, you might get a reward. There you go.
$500 could shake out something new.
I think the city of Concord is a safe city. It's the safest state in the country.
Despite the chief's reassurance.
Concord, yeah, the safest place in America. If it ain't the safest, it's one of the safest. They had one homicide in 2021. So this is like, people are probably panicking to see this couple get gunned down like that, and with no enemies. It makes no They say they don't have a motive. I think it's racially driven. I do. You know, maybe a someone from a hate group, maybe a jealous person. I don't know. I think it's because they're an interracial couple. But anyway, let's continue.
Assurances. The case has rattled nerves among neighbors who used the trail, now on the lookout for a white man in his late 20s or early 30s, about 5'10" with a medium build and short brown hair.
We still continue to have no specific information that any member of the public in general is in any danger.
Investigators say if that sketch rings a bell with anyone, don't confront the person. Instead, give police a call. Live in Concord, New Hampshire, Christina Hager, WBZ News.
Okay. All right. So there's the latest in that story. Okay. They got a suspect. That don't mean he did it. Or a person of interest. Now, maybe that's been upgraded. I don't know. I believe it's somebody that's a hater. The FBI raided, yes. Yes, I know it. Mar-a-Lago, Biden reportedly didn't know. Yeah, sure, whatever. Beforehand, I don't want to get political, but I think that's political. I'm not buying it. You can't tell me the president does not know what the FBI does. If he doesn't, he's weak. If he doesn't know, he's not a leader. If he doesn't know, he's a puppet. But maybe you don't know. I don't know. But anyway, that's my political. Anti-simp. Okay. Anti-simp. No one answers to you, Dusty. That's right. All right, Dusty, leave the building. Is there a Dusty? I don't use that word much, but I don't know. Yeah, he acts independent. Okay, yeah. Gustavius Maximus is lonely tonight. Yeah, poor thing. Well, his mom might make him some cocoa and tell him he's wonderful and beautiful. Uh, please don't get political. Yeah, yeah. You guys want me to get political? I'm not. I'm just I'm not going to get political. You know what? My mission is interracial relationship, swirl to investment. Okay. How can we protect black women? That's my focus. Um, that's my politics right there. I'm part of the Roadrunner Party. I'm running in 2024. Hey, you guys get out there. Vote, please. I got to go political. I got to show my campaign ad. Come on. I got to do it. You guys want to see my campaign ad? You guys want to see me? I'm trying to run for office. I got 6,000 subscribers, so 350 million in America. We got some work, but I think we can do it. Captain Swirl, yes. Okay, I can't hold back. I got to be political. Here it is. Had to do it.
Hello, my fellow Americans. This is the Roadrunner 89, and I'm running for president in 2024 or 2028 or whenever. So get out there and vote. Remember, Roadrunner 89. And I think I could do a better job than the last president, this president, and many other ones. So get out there and vote. See you at the polls.
Oh, all right. I had to get political. I'm sorry. And we're creating a new party. It's the Roadrunner Party. So get in. We're going to start a new party. We're going to go in and interracial relationships. You're going to get tax breaks. Tyrone and Becky, you're going to get a few coins too. We love you too. And we're going to promote interracial love, and we're going to tell the truth. And black women will be declared the most beautiful woman on earth. And you know. So you and Kanye West can be running mates. You know, he's crazy. Okay. Yeah, me and Kanye. Well, I can have my Keisha, he could have his Becky, and hey, we'll make it happen. We'll start a new party, the Roadrunner Party. Tax breaks for interracial couples, yes. Um, Black women, you'll get an instant tax break because you're so beautiful and awesome. You just won't pay taxes. How about that? You know what? And yeah. So um, that's how it's going to be. So get out there and vote. I'm ready. I got an exploratory committee. Um, you know, in my hometown, we're running at, well, 2%, but hey, we're building. Okay, so um, but yeah, but hey, I mean, hey, what have we got to lose, right? I think I could do a good job. And you know, First Lady Sandy, oh man, I think she'd be the best First Lady ever. Oh man, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, now back to reality. All right, but all seriousness, okay. I don't like getting political, and I'm not going to. I'm joking around. But seriously, guys, we need to take this serious. You know, black women, seriously, watch your back, ladies. Uh, choose wisely. Roadrunner and Sandy, 2024. Oh, she could be my running mate and first lady. Oh yeah, that's even better. Huh. The Roadrunner Sandy ticket. The husband and wife duo. Yeah. Yep. That. Oh man. Yeah. Hey, have we had our? They always said that Barack Obama wouldn't have been president if he had a white wife. How would it be if a white man had a black wife and became president? I think that would actually help white men to have a black wife. I believe that. I think it will hurt black women that have a white wife, but I think white men that have a black wife, I think that would actually help. I think that would actually be powerful. Slave role play. What the heck are you talking about? Okay, you need. I don't know who you are. Maybe you like the slave role play. I don't know. But go into timeout. Get out of here. What weirdo. I timed him out, but if he comes back, just block him. That's just stupid. He'll be he'll love the slave role with his Becky. I'm just saying. But anyway, yeah. So we'll get out there and vote. The Roadrunner Party. We're going to make America great. We're going swirl to investment. Build back that better swirl. Let's do it. Okay? We can take what other presidents have said and perfect it and make it even better. We can, you know, yeah. It's in the same asylum will be with Becky's crying. Yeah, because when I put black women on that pedestal, Becky's going to be upset. They'll be taking their place. Poor Becky. And no. But anyway, all joking aside, but seriously, how do we protect black women? Seriously. And guys, we need to think about this. Seriously. Okay. And I've thought about it. What can I do? I can't roam the streets at night. I can't, if I got that Captain Swirl superpower, I can go out there and save black women and tell them, all right, young lady, be safe. And remember, swirl to investment. Wouldn't that make people mad if I made a show like that? Hey, how about if I created a comic book, Captain Swirl, and then I create a black woman character that would be like, fights crime with them. Uh, what would her name be? What would her name be? And how would her hair be? Would it be an afro? Would it be braids? Would it, or could it be interchangeable hairstyles? Well, black women could wear what they want. Hey, uh, move to Europe or the West Indies. Okay. The Dusties are triggered. Are they? Why are they triggered? All I'm talking about is protecting black women. I haven't said nothing about them, about the weak betas. I just said we need to protect black women. It's our responsibility. White, black, Asian, Hispanic, it's all men's responsibility. Am I wrong? Is that triggering? Does that make these weirdos angry that I want to protect black women? I mean, my goodness, seriously. Maybe I should say protect Becky's too. Okay. Hey, Tyrone's, we'll protect Becky's too. Okay. We love Becky's too. Okay. it, step up and say anything or see. Yeah. We need to, you know what? Us as men, we need to stand up. If you love black women, stand up for it. You know what? Get out of your comfort zone. Get into the danger zone, because you know what? Life is dangerous. You know what? Life is full of risk. You know what? You want the best things in life, you got to fight for it. You want the best woman on earth to be your wife, you got to fight for her. You got to protect her. And yeah, that might put you in danger. But that's what men have been doing for centuries. You know, we're not here to be safe and cuddled. You know, Becky already has protection. Yes. Now we need to give Keisha some protection. We do. You know, and that's what I'm saying. We should protect women as men. That's what we do. That's what we're supposed to do. And I say regardless, a woman in distress, wouldn't you protect her as a man? Or are you going to just sit and watch her be victimized? I'm serious. But anyway, I'm going to drop the link if you guys want to come up. Okay. It's going to be a short panel. And I ask you guys to make your points sweet and to the point. Okay. I don't want no one hogging the show. And if I start hogging, just get to my attention. Say, hey, look, Roadrunner, you're getting winded. Knock it off. Okay. I want it simple and to the point. Okay. And the focus is in protection of black women. I don't want no panel fights. Okay. All right. Stay on mission. Stay on course. All right. Did I put the link up there yet? All right. Let me put it up here. Oh, good night, Pro White Leadership. Good to see you. You're allowed to hog it. Yeah, I am, but I'll be reasonable. I just want people's input. Okay, there's the link up there if you want to come up. Let me get some of this stuff off my thing. But yeah, the panel's open if you want to come and talk a little bit about this subject. Oh, thanks, Pro White Leadership. Good to see you, young lady. But it's up there. And hey, what do you guys think about the intro? I think it's all right. I'm thinking about creating another one. I want to perfect it. I want to make one for every different show. There he is. The man of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Corey. Hip hip hooray. How's it going? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Oh, I'm living the dream. I get to talk to my friends on YouTube. All these beautiful young ladies and my good buddy Corey, and Where's Michael? Is Michael here tonight?
Sometimes he gets caught up on other channels.
Mm. Yeah, he does. But APW, good to see you. Uh,
Hey, you told me to keep it short and sweet, so I got a question. What's your favorite concealed carry caliber?
oh, I. That's a hard question. Uh, I don't know.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to tell me what you got.
Uh, I'd like to have my dad has a 357. You know.
Oof, that'll do it.
Yeah, that thing's that'll blow a hole in somebody. That
That's a
you're
smoke.
yeah. I just got me a little 9 mil. You know. I
Hmm.
just the thing of it is I just Corey, I got motivated on this thing and I got inspired because I was going through YouTube and it started with my anniversary date with my wife Sandy. And somebody pointed out, said, "Well, that's Malcolm X's birthday." I said, "Oh, really?" And I never really looked into Malcolm X. I just thought he was just, I thought he was like a Farrakhan type guy, and I was like, whatever. But I looked into it and I studied a little bit about him and I said, you know, this guy had some character. He stood up, for black women back in the day. And, he was like transforming where he was seeing other men as his brothers. And he was like, and the corruption that was going on in the organization he was in, he's seen young women being used and he stood up against that, the establishment, which cost him his life. I mean, and that to me, and I I'm not a Muslim and I'm not promoting Islam or nothing, but I just like the man's character when it came to black women. And I was like, I need to be like that. Of course, I'll never be that big or have a platform like he had to speak out, but I have a little one I could say something. What can I do? Because black women are the most victimized in our country. They are. Um, and looking at it and many times they don't get respect. They put an image like they're loud and crazy and over sexualized. And really, you get to know black women, they're not that way at all. There's always somebody to fit the stereotype, but in general, they're not. They're awesome. They got great character. They're loving. They're nurturing. Black women are loyal, and like that video I showed, she was loyal to that guy that took her life to the bitter end. She was still trying to make it work. And the thing of it is black women are like that. And that's a strength, but it could be a weakness too if you give it to the wrong man. Um, but anyway, sorry.
No, I don't. You're all right. I mean, it'd be hard to watch those videos and not have it linger.
Yeah, it's just, and then that older interracial couple, that was like, it was sad watching this stuff. I was like, oh my goodness, why?
You
I,
know that older couple. I almost think they saw something take place that they weren't supposed to see.
you think so? It could
Well,
have been.
how else do you explain the murder? I think they saw
I don't.
something transpire on that trail, and they got. It
Oh,
wouldn't have mattered. Yeah,
you think maybe they walked up onto something and then
I think they came
they
around
took
the
them
wrong
out?
corner. They came around the wrong corner.
Well, that could have been because it made no sense because they weren't. Everybody in the neighborhood liked them. They weren't. They were just minding their own business. They were just nice people.
Hmm.
So um, yeah, maybe so. I don't know. I don't know the truth in it. I kind of wonder if it's racially motivated because some people don't like interracial couples and you know but I don't know. It could have been maybe they walked up on something and wrong place, wrong time, and they might have taken them out. But
Well, there's a lot of shady stuff going on right now.
oh yeah, and then but that lady, that oh man, with the 6 children, I was just like,
Oh,
gosh,
that one.
and I was just like, and she's very beautiful too. I mean, and I'm like, she was loyal. She wasn't. She had children with one guy. Um, and she tried to make it work, but you know, had a restraining order, but still seen him. You know, that happens all the time. You know, women try to, okay, maybe he'll change. Maybe I could change him. Uh, and
I'm a little old school. I say give the guy 6 months to get right with God and give him a rope.
right,
I mean, why feed him and keep him alive? So his daughters can remember that he's alive in jail. I mean,
yeah. I mean, the brutal way he took her out was just,
it's savage.
it was like, I mean, yeah, it was. I just, how can you have that much hate for somebody? I mean, my worst enemy, I couldn't do anything close to that. I'm just like, I just, it's just, and that's a woman you had 6 children with. I
Yeah,
mean,
that his mind is not there.
it's not, and it's rage, and I tell, and like I said, jealous men are the most dangerous. They are because they don't think rationally. They're so built with anger and hate, and they just want to, they lose it, and
Well, he was
you,
already out of control trying to control himself.
yeah. Uh,
I mean, way out.
Yeah, it just sad. And I just I hope, I pray that the family takes them in so they're not thrown in the, the system,
Hmm.
the foster care system, cuz they can find good but they'll probably be split up cuz there's so many of them. And you never know who you're going to get. There's some weirdos that are foster parents that use the system for money or that are abusive. So I mean, it's not a good
Yeah, they hurt
situation.
the kids. Some of them do.
Yeah. So I mean, that's not good. It's I mean, wow. But
Hmm. Yeah, I've been sheltered from that kind of stuff.
yeah, I have too. And Cerebral had a video, and it was like 3 months ago, and it had the couple, and it had that Marine that we talked about that before. And maybe I'll do a story on that sometime in the future. But he was a Marine. He was a sergeant in the Marine Corps. He
Oh yeah,
was,
that one.
yeah, he was Polish, yeah, and she was a black lady. And they were like in their 20s. They were a young couple. Uh, a real good looking couple. She was beautiful. He was successful. They bought him a house in California. Think uh, think they said Riverside County, and to buy a house in California, I don't know, you're doing pretty good at that young age. I'm just saying. I
Hmm.
mean, but that's the power couple, and that's the black woman, white man making it happen. You know, building strategically together, and those four clowns that went in, they were jealous, and the horrible things they did to them is just. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but
Hmm.
you can study it. And this was 2008, and I remember that because I was in the army at the time, and we got wind of it, and it was sad. We and what made me mad is the media kind of suppressed it. Like nothing to see here, nothing. It's just certain things they don't cover, but other things they blow up. The Jesse Smollett case was just national news. Bam, like it happened like his reality, and found out it was fake. But this stuff that really happened, they just suppress it. Nothing to see. Move along. Um,
Well, if they can't push a narrative behind it, they won't push it.
they won't, and it's all about ratings, and it's
Yeah.
about what's going to stir up the most emotions, and that's what they go for,
Hmm.
because it's about that dollar. It's about, you know, how they can make money. It's not about news reporting no more. It's just about, it's a lot of it's crap. It's
It's
just,
just propaganda, tabloid stuff.
yeah, it's, you know, journalists ain't what they used to be. It's like they just have a narrative and they go with it. It's just,
Hmm.
they can't just tell the story and search the facts and put the facts out. Um,
Yeah, we get kitty cat licks ice cream off of his paw on Google, but they won't show a story like that.
yeah, I know, right? But fake
Yeah, I
news.
don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, my message tonight is how do we protect black women? And I'm going to talk about this more and more and more often. And I mean in a real sense. Okay, you know, I can't, us as white men, we can't just roam the neighborhoods. We don't have the money, resources, and you know, we can't be that crime fighter out there in the streets. I wish we could. That'd be cool, but we can do something. We
Well,
can tell
Brett,
the truth.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to put on spandex and put a big H on my chest. I'm not going to do.
Right? Yeah. Um like that old Batman and Robin. Hey,
Oh man,
we could have a like a Batmobile, and they already call us cavemen, so we'll already have the cave. So
now they better be careful. You know how cavemen are.
yeah, they're crazy. Back to the Bat Cave, you know. Um, yeah, you know what? I'm thinking about, I'm thinking about making a comic book, a Captain Swirl comic book. I'm also thinking about in the future writing a book, just for the heck of it.
Really?
Yeah, why not? Years down the road, though, I maybe telling my interracial story, how it took place, and you know,
You know, that would be a very good idea.
I mean, I could just share my story, why I went towards the black woman, what led me that way, what did I see in the black woman, and two, it could give black women an insight on us white men that love black women. What do we see that we value about black women? I know I say it all the time, and you know, for us as white men, a lot of us, we're not just looking at black women because they're beautiful and we're, you know, drawn to their beauty. No, it's deeper than that. It goes beyond that. It's, you know, it's the character. And you know, when you dig deep in and you really feel love from a black woman that really loves you, there's nothing like it in the world. And
Hmm.
you know, it how can I explain it? It's like paradise on earth. I'm just going to say that. Hey, Sophia, make sure your mic and stuff is connected. I see you in the backstage. It just says device is not connected, so it's probably your audio or something. But
Yeah,
as
I
soon
had a
as,
little trouble coming on too.
did you?
I had to
Um,
play with my headset. I had to turn my mic off and then back on, and then it
yeah,
actually brought me in.
yeah. You might think about that, Sophia. Just check your audio and stuff, because I see you up. I see you there. Yeah, Sophia M is backstage, but
Brent, you know, there's something I've noticed when it
what's
comes
that?
the difference between white women and black women.
Uh huh.
The strategic. Now I can break that down. The black women have a strategic plan looking forward.
Uh huh.
They look farther than the next 5 minutes. A lot of white women don't.
Yeah, that's so true, isn't it?
They don't. Becky can't see any farther in front of her face than 5 minutes. I mean, also, I will say, not all, disclaimer, but there's a
Not
lot of
all,
them
not
that
all.
just.
I want to say they're all jacked up. Ah, they're all bad. No.
But no, I mean, seriously, you know, I mean, you get, you know, when you, especially like when you're not a kid no more, you
Uh
don't
huh.
want to the, like for me, I'm divorced,
Uh-huh.
but when I do remarry, I really don't want someone who basically is not raised. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean black women are strategic. When they know what they want, they go for it. And
Yeah.
that's what and us as white men, we're the leaders, so we're strategic too. And then you get, Tyrone and Becky, and they're the ones that are pampered and taken care of. So it
Well, I kind of chuckled, but you know, at 51st dates, they had that 10-second Tom.
uh-huh.
What is that, like a 5-minute Marcia?
5 minute march. Hey guys, hey I'm gonna be
Uh-oh.
on the panel. I gotta step out, but I still got my headset on. Uh Sophia, if you're there, you can come back on. Oh, can't figure out. So I'm well, oh, okay. Well, if you do, Sophia, you're welcome to come up. Um, but yeah, go
So,
ahead, guys. Welcome, Indiana Mom. Good to see you, young lady.
Hey, thank you. How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing?
doing good.
We're really good. Thank you.
Sophia, I had to turn my microphone off and then restart it and then come into the script, the back, what do you call it? The studio. I just clicked into the studio and had to play with the microphone a little bit.
And
Just
sometimes I've noticed that if you've had to recently like reboot, all of your permissions have been changed. So you might need to go into your settings and allow certain apps permission to use your microphone and camera and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
recent thing. I've seen it on a couple other chats or live streams tonight. People were
Oh,
struggling to
wow.
get in. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's like something floating through YouTube or StreamYard.
Ah,
Uh,
okay. Understood.
it's a way to get the only ones they want to see on there, not us. We're the
Well, this is the only channel I come up on when I'm on
This is pretty
YouTube.
much,
So
I mean, there's maybe, I go up on probably, maybe 2 other channels. And that's about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
But this
I
one's my favorite.
oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Um, I go on some channels every now and then. It's kind of rare, but
Hmm.
Sophia says, but where do you turn the mic on? Is it in the regular setting or phone setting?
enter into the enter into the stage or the what do you call it in the back?
Yeah, the studio. Come
Yeah, the
into the.
studio.
Yeah,
And
come
then
into the.
yeah, go into the studio and then use the toolbar at the bottom of the studio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where it says settings, and then you go to audio, and that might work.
Hmm.
Um,
But
yeah.
as far as like the protection,
Uh huh.
um, they're really very quiet right now because they are so like just glued on this topic right now. But I
Uh
have the girls I have the girls with me,
huh.
and they're like, Mom, you have to go on and tell them what Dad does, because they're like, Dad doesn't just protect us, he protects anybody.
Yeah. That's what we're supposed to do as men, protect women. And I see these betas say, well, black women, if you date out or open your options or divest, don't be coming back. Like what?
But they
I
don't.
mean,
But the thing is that once a woman, well, I have to say, once a black woman, because I can't speak for women, I can speak for black women or
uh-huh.
myself. Um,
Yeah.
once we are fully divested and we're we've moved on and we're done, we have zero desire to come back. And if we can't make it work with somebody else, we would rather just be alone and with our cat. Period.
And you know
And
what?
they don't seem to get that. They think we're going to come back because what happens in the community is and this is why they're mad. What happens in the community is that they go around and they're in their 20s and their 30s and they impregnate as many black women as possible, so they have 10 kids with 7 baby mamas, and when they hit 50 and 60 and nobody else wants them, they have a plethora of places to go to. This baby mama, that baby mama, even though the kids are grown and the kids don't even really know them because they're not around. They're not there to raise them, but the mom is there. And for some weird reason, not me personally, but black women as a collective feel that they're obligated to coddle their the fathers of their children when they're in a bad spot. And I'm not sure why they do that. I don't understand it. It's
I
like if Tree were to fall into a bad spot, it's not my responsibility to fix it. He's the man. He needs to fix it.
Yeah, I would say you give them support and help them along, but it's the man that's exactly. Hey, Sophia, I see you down there. It says device not connected still.
Hmm.
I wonder what's going on. Because she's been up here before. It's
And now that I think about it, Corey is right. I have been seeing that happen a lot lately over like the last couple days.
yeah,
Device not connected. I've seen that a lot.
yeah. I don't know what's going on with that.
That's weird.
Maybe it's a new setting or something.
Or maybe an update and not everyone is updated.
It could be. Maybe the mic's shut off but she's down there. I just gosh, and this irritates me because I want to hear Sophia talk. I love having Sophia on. Dang
Right?
it. I'm just like, no, come up. Dang it, StreamYards. Dang StreamYards. Ugh. Ah. YouTube sabotaging my channel.
Actually, it's StreamYard doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it is.
yeah, it's
But I mean, I remember one time we were we were in we were in our early 20s, probably 23, 24. Um and I can't remember if we were just engaged or if we had already married, but we were at like a hardware store getting supplies for the house and what have you.
uh-huh.
And um, there was a woman there, and she was like she wasn't from here. She had an I want to say she may be Jamaican because of her accent. And the guy at the counter couldn't understand couldn't understand her, and he was getting kind of rude with her. And um, I was like, dude, if you just like listen, really listen, you can understand her, because I could understand what she meant, even though she had a weird way of saying it. She was naming tools and stuff, and but maybe it's a female thing because I suck at naming tools, so I got it, because I got the thingamabob and the who's he what's it kind of mentality going on.
So you got
So
the correct
maybe,
names. The
so
what you
yeah, so
call
maybe
it.
maybe I understood it, but he was getting really mad at her, and he started saying stuff like, "Well, if you don't know English, or you need
Oh
to learn
wow.
the language and blah blah blah. And Tree was there with me, and Tree immediately stepped up and he said, "Ma'am, I'm gonna help you." And he's like, "Don't talk to her like that," to the guy. And I just stood there and I was like, "Okay, this is weird. I'm not used to this."
He checked him.
I'm like, "What the heck?" And he said, "What do you need to do?" And she explained what she needed to do. And then Tree's like, "Oh, well, if you need to do this, it's because you need this tool." And he's like, come here, I got you." And he walked her through the store like he worked there and helped her pick the right size and the tool. And I'm just standing there going, "Oh, I like this guy. I'm yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm marrying this one. He's a keeper. Big
There you
time.
go.
He's a keeper,
You know, there's this lady I work with at work, and she's from Africa. I don't know what part. I never really asked her, but I mean,
Right.
she's got the most awesome personality, and she's got that accent. It's like, man,
Yeah.
and it's like so professional. Like she's just, she's in her own area, and it's just tidy and it's neat, and she just, just happy with life, and I'm just like, wow, you know what? Um, but that's black women I see, the professional, the black women that's just strategic in thought and in her actions, that
Right.
and I think that's why our marriages are the most lasting, because black women are strategic, and us as white men, once we fall for you, we're you got us. And I said, I gave black women my heart back in '74. I say, here you go, black woman. Here's my heart. Please don't break it. I
Did he say
just,
that was like your babysitter or your
yeah,
neighbor?
it was my babysitter. Yeah. And it was like, from that time, I was like, black women are awesome. Black women are amazing. I remember growing up as a little kid in the '70s. Donna Summer was everything. Um, Thelma from Good Times, I would just dream about her. And I was like, this is the women I want to be around. I'm just like, and don't mention Diane Carroll. Oh my God, I mean, how can you not love black women? I'm serious.
Yeah, Thelma was a piece of work, dude. She was.
Yeah, she was. She made the
Yes.
show. I'm sorry,
Yes.
JJ. You're funny, but she's the star. Sorry. Uh,
Thelma was the brains.
yeah,
She had that sass, and it wasn't even attitude. It was that, "Come at me." And you might get your feelings hurt, but I'm gonna be funny doing it.
yeah. And then she makes you look stupid, and you still fall in love with her. It's just the way it is. I'm just,
So true, so true,
yeah.
so true.
Donna Summer's albums are gorgeous. Yeah. Um, you know what? You know, I had this thought, and I'll share this. And somebody asked me a question, and this was on one of my videos, and says, "What hurt you the most from a troll? Something they said that really hurt, somewhere where they got you, like they just they checked you and it hurt. It just kind
Mm.
of, and I thought about that. I said, well, I don't let it get to me, but I'm a liar if I say that. I was checked so hard from this troll, and he
It
got me.
gets to you, but you don't let it show.
Yeah, but I mean, he had me. It was like he just stuck a dagger through my heart, and it was like, oh my God, he dropped the truth bomb on me so freaking hard, and I didn't see it coming. And
Okay.
and the thing of it is he said, "Who hurt you?" He says,
Oh,
"Who
they
was?"
use that on us a lot.
Yeah, yeah, but he says, "Who's that Becky that hurt you? Because she hurt you so bad, and you're hurt." And and you know I'm right. And I thought about it, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And I just kind of broke down for a minute.
Hmm.
And this guy got me because there's a Becky that hurt me so bad, guys.
Oh, wow.
And you know who this Becky? And I love her more than anything to this day. Um, and that was my mother.
Oh, wow.
And the thing of it was, is I wouldn't. It wasn't a Becky hurt me that I dated. No, it's nothing like that. It was my mother.
Right.
And the thing of it is, and it probably cut the path that I went. But when he said that, I thought about my mom, and it just, because the thing of it is my parents were teenagers. My father took care of me, and
Hmm.
there were times that my mom was supposed to come see me, and we're supposed to do stuff together. And sometimes
Right.
she did, and it was great. And sometimes she didn't. And I remember sitting at the window as a little boy, waiting for my mom, watching
Oh,
every car that came down the neighborhood, every noise. I would be like, "Is that her?" I'd be thinking, and I would be waiting. And when it didn't happen, and my dad was tough on me, but with that, he was like, he's like, "It'll be all right, son." And it was like he had like the mother does when the dad don't show up. It was the opposite for me. And I'm
yeah.
like, "Dad, where's mom? Where's mom?"
Oh,
And
heartbreaking.
that broke my heart. So I thought about that, and I said, "Yeah, there was a Becky that just crushed me." And that was mom. And I remember
Wow.
the good, and I have a relationship with my mom. I love my mother, always will. But
Sure.
it's never been the mother son relationship that it was supposed to be. And
Right.
I remember when the summer came around, and I would visit with my mom, you know, because my dad took care of me, but I'd go with my mom, and it was like we were like teenagers together. When I was like a teenager, it was like my mom was another teen. Like we were friends. And I remember back in the day, me and my mom used to watch Soul Train together. Kind of ironic, right? Um, she was never in the black guys or nothing like, but she did like Soul Train. She did like the music, and I did too.
Hey.
And
Okay.
we'd watch it together. That's what we did. And when I go visit my mom, my dad wasn't really watching that stuff, but me and my mom did. And I remember we loved Shalimar back in the day. That was
Right.
like, yeah,
Okay.
with Jody Watley back in the day, and
Yes. Come on.
Howard Hewitt, and I mean the music was awesome. I still listen to their songs today. I mean they
Me
just
too.
I mean they were great, right? We love Shalimar, me and my mom, so
Right on.
we connected with that. But
Shalimar takes me back to the roller skating rink.
yeah, there you go. Um, but and I cherish those moments. But you know, whenever she got that new boyfriend or the new husband, I went back to being second place. And
Oh,
it just I just that and that hurt. And it still hurts to this day. And I'm 53.
of course it
And and,
does.
and I've never lashed out to my mom about this except one time. My daughter was competing in state with their dance team,
Okay.
and my daughter was all heavy into the dance team. She was uh, the dance captain
Right on.
ever since she was a sophomore, right? And
Hey, I'm a
well,
dance teacher.
and
Go. Come on,
yeah,
girl.
I mean, we spent a lot of money, and
Oh, yes.
she got an advantage over the other girls because we could spend money where their parents didn't. So, but
On
anyway,
like
that was
extra lessons and what have you. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, that was her whole world then. And
Right.
she asked my mother if she'd be there, and she said, "Oh yeah, I'll be there." She didn't show up. My
Mm.
daughter was heartbroken. I got enraged, and I told her, I said, "You will never do this to my daughter." I said, "You've done this to me for years, and this will never happen again." And I mean, she didn't talk to me for a long time. I could,
Oh,
I
wow.
could take the heartbreak with me, but seeing my daughter, I just lost it. And my daughters look so much like my mother. It's unbelievable. It's almost like they're a replica.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
you know, like my mom had like long blonde hair, but my daughters don't have blonde hair, but they have long hair and stuff, and it's like they got the features she does.
Right.
And but anyway, that just but that troll checked me with that, and I was like, "Gosh, you got me."
Wow.
Um, he wasn't thinking that's he probably thought a girlfriend back in the day, and
From middle school or something.
yeah, or something. And then I said, "Oh, black women don't like me, so I'll go for the black girl." No, In fact, it's harder to get with the black girl back in the day than the white girl. I'm just saying.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because you had even in today's world, you got to prove yourself. I
Well, I
mean,
mean, I
and
remember I remember growing up in the 70s and 80s. I was a child of the 70s and a teenager of the 80s.
yeah,
And as a black girl, my mother, yeah, she did give us access to birth control, but she made it very, very clear that we were to be very selective and and keep our legs together, period. Period. And literally, I remember I had overheard a conversation at school in high school that I was not supposed to overhear. Um, and it was between uh, a couple of young black boys. One was like an upperclassman, junior, senior, and the other one was a freshman because I was a freshman. So he was part of my class because we went to middle school together. So I remember I was a freshman, and he was like, I don't these these black girls don't want to date me. These black girls don't want to go to the dances with me. They always tell me no. And the older guy told him, well, that's because their parents made sure that they're extra choosy. And I remember he said choosy because I thought he said cheesy. And then I
cheesy.
realized he said choosy. And I was
uh,
like, oh, okay, he said choosy. And I'm like deep in an algebra book, but I'm not even reading, I'm not even paying attention to my book. I'm listening to this conversation. And he says, you need to go after a white girl. And the younger kid was like, why? He's like, oh, because they're easy. And I was like, what? And he's like, what do you mean? And the older guy was like, yeah, you take him to the dance, you buy him some flowers, and they'll go home with you and they'll do anything you want. But but,
Whoa.
but the next
oh,
day,
okay.
but the
Um,
next day they won't they they won't admit it. So you can't tell anybody about it because they'll deny it. And my brain just exploded and I was like, "What? Are you
it,
kidding
it's
me?"
Wow.
it sounds like one of those Becky's Gone Wild videos. I mean,
I mean,
Girls
but
Gone
I was like,
Wild.
dude, I was like 14 years old and a
uh,
freshman, and I was just like mind blown. And then, and then now that I think about it,
mhm.
um, and
Hey,
I'm not gonna call her out. I'm not going to say her name,
Yeah, don't
but
call her out.
I had a super best friend in high school
Uh-huh.
that was a white chick. She was little petite, tiny, skinny little thing with long blonde hair and blue eyes. But I mean, we were tight. We had been friends since we were 8 years old, and we're still very, very close, you know. Um, but I realized I know now. I didn't know in high school, but I know now that when we were in high school, she was one of the easiest girls for the guys to get into bed. All
Oh,
races,
wow.
all of them. But she never talked about it. And now that I've gone to like class reunions that she wasn't at, I've gone to every class reunion. 5, 10, 20, everything. Okay. And everybody's like, oh, you used to hang out with so and so. You guys were besties. And I'm like, yeah, we're still friends. And they're like, oh yeah, she slept with everybody. And I was just like, I did not know this in high school. I had no clue.
They kept it on the down low. I
No clue.
I've heard I've heard that, and I'm not going to say all, but I've heard Becky's do that. That they, you know, I don't know. I guess
I don't think it's all.
I don't
I
want to
don't
get
think it's
all in the stereotypes, but
Yeah, no, I
but
wouldn't
I've heard
say it's
something.
I wouldn't say it's all because I had no idea it was any. Okay, because it was my best friend and I was with her every single day and I had no clue.
She did it on the down low.
Exactly. I had
And you
no
know
clue.
what? I think that's within our culture. Now that I think about it,
And
Becky,
those same guys thought I
that
was a prude because I I I had one boyfriend in high school and
yeah.
I didn't meet my boyfriend until we were juniors.
Hmm.
So,
Be, because somebody said this. Um, some black lady said that she said that white women will sleep with black guys, but that don't mean they're going to marry you or have anything. But you know what? They do the same thing to white guys. Really, they'll it, if there's an attraction, they'll get with you. But if you're not doing nothing financially or you ain't got nothing, Becky ain't. She ain't having it. She'll have fun with you. She'll do things with you, but unless you got something going on, she ain't gonna marry you.
yeah,
Generally,
you're
that's
just
true.
you're just
Yeah,
a distraction.
yeah. You're just a fun
Yeah,
for the time.
You're just a
you
good
get a
time.
bored Becky, and they just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know
But
what?
then the black girls, we were concentrating on husband, family,
Hmm.
you know, who I'm gonna have kids with. How are we gonna raise the kids? Where are we gonna live? And we were so picky that I feel like we almost screwed ourselves out of any kind of relationships.
Hey, Sophia. Hey, sorry you couldn't come on, young lady. I'm heartbroken because I wanted to hear you speak. I love when you come on. You have such awesome input. I just it's just like but we'll get you on other lives. But I really wanted to talk to you tonight. Um, every black knows about the street light. I had the street light curfew.
Right
I don't.
on, me
Uh,
too.
yeah, I think. And there was a street light right by our house, and it would start flickering. And you're like, oh no, I better be home. But that,
But I mean, we lived in like such a safe suburb
yeah,
that I remember being like 8, 9 years old, and we were out 11, 10, 11 midnight. We were outside. Now
yeah,
we had to be at somebody's house. So there would be like 5 of us at my house, but all of their parents knew they were at my house. But we were still outside, laying in the grass, looking at the stars, catching fireflies, hanging out in our yard, and when we got sleepy, literally, there were times that we would fall asleep in the front yard.
Oh yeah.
Out cold. Just because it was that safe
Hey,
in our neighborhood.
yeah.
But that was in the 70s. So, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a different era. Today's world, you know, kids these days ain't going out and doing stuff outside like we did. We lived
No.
outside. Outside, I
Oh
yeah.
man. Yeah, we'd
It,
go outside. We'd stay outside.
yeah, it would be hard to get us back inside. I was just like, we're like, I, I don't know how much distance I probably covered when I was like a child roaming around the neighborhoods and stuff. It was
Yep.
amazing.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
I remember I had a little Honda dirt bike. It was 125 cc. It was
Okay.
and I would just go out dirt roads forever. In New Mexico, we just have that. I mean,
Right.
I would just go miles, and nobody knew where I was at, and we didn't have cell phones, and it was like you just did what you wanted. It was,
Right.
but there wasn't weirdos like there are now. It's just a different time,
Exactly.
or at least we didn't know about them. I
Now,
look at, yeah. Go ahead.
my kids personally spend a lot of time, and they have their whole lives spent a lot of time outside,
Hmm.
but they've not really spent a lot of time off our property. So they were always in the stables hanging out with the horses.
And
And
the safe area, yeah,
yeah, they were always on the property, but they were outside and not really playing video games and on their
yeah.
phones, and
Hey,
you know what I mean?
what would you say would be something that black women can do to, just protect themselves when it comes to dating and stuff? And I don't know. I always say stay away from the jealous guys. Um,
I've heard lately a lot of young black women being told to vet,
yeah,
ask
yeah.
questions and vet. But you know what? Um,
But
I don't think that works,
I,
simply because you can vet a guy by like looking up his records, looking up how many kids he has, and so on and so forth, and blah 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 blah. You can do all that, but normally, um, a person can be like on their best behavior, air quotes, for
yes,
about 3 months before their true personality starts to seep in, you know, and and I think instead of vetting, you just go, you know what? I like this guy. I'm going to give him a shot. But right around the 3 to 4 month mark, if you start seeing red flags,
uh-huh,
red flags that are like, oh, he snapped at me about this, or oh, his view on that is opposite of mine. Once, you have to have you have to have like standards, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
once someone violates one of your standards, then you should just go, just write them off and be like, you know what? Yeah, no, we have completely opposite views on
yeah,
this topic, and you're not going to change your mind. I'm not going to change my mind, and this is going to be a problem. So it was nice knowing you. We can be friends. We can be friends, no problem.
hmm,
But yeah, we're the relationship. We can, yeah, we can write this off and have a nice day.
Yeah, you know what? And you're right about the vetting because someone could be on their best behavior, and I've
Yeah,
heard guys on YouTube say this. Well, if she won't have sexual relations with you, um, get you some side chick, and then just play along, and she'll think you're faithful while you're doing your thing. And how do you know men ain't doing that? I mean, y-
exactly.
uh, I think the vetting is a long process because people can change, people can fool you,
I mean,
tell you
yeah,
what
you
you want
can
to
you
hear.
can bet you can bet for today, but they can lie.
Yeah, and some are good at it. The real players will play like the golden boy next year that next door that just wants to be loved and have you know a marriage one day, which he don't want at all. But
Exactly, and he's only saying it because he knows that's what you want.
yeah,
So vetting, I don't think vetting works, but paying attention, get if you like a person, give them a shot, but after about a 3-month period, when you start seeing red flags and you start seeing their real personality, because having a false personality, or having, you know what I mean,
yeah,
BS in somebody, you
hmm
can only carry that out for so long before your real personality comes out.
yeah.
You can
Eh,
only carry that off for so long.
well,
And
the
it's
truth,
it's roughly about 3 to 4 months. And once you see a red flag, write it off. Goodbye. See ya. Have a nice day.
yeah, and the truth always surfaces. You can't suppress the truth. You can hold it down for
Absolutely.
a little bit, disguise it a little bit, spin it a little, but it's still going to surface.
Absolutely.
And it's we like to think of it like Steve Harvey, like think like a man. You know, that was a good movie, but I mean, it really don't work that way. You don't put a man on a program and okay, you don't have
Yeah, it
relations,
does
and
not
then
work that way
he's
at all.
no, he's got to be right in the head from the beginning. And
But
if
the
you
movie
want,
was hilarious. I love the
yeah,
movie. It
yeah, the
was fun.
movie was great. I love the movie.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, reality,
Yeah, that's not real life.
yeah,
Not
that's
even
not
close.
no. Um, but it
Not
was
even close.
entertaining. Um,
Oh yeah, it was a great movie.
yeah, but but I would say, you know what, ladies, protect yourself. I mean, like I said, take those red flags serious because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, because men might be able to put up a good front in the beginning, but as time goes on, it's going to wear out. The truth is going to come out. And you want it to come out before you get serious, before you get married. And please don't have kids before you're married. Really, um
So true.
I know it's tempting. I know you want love, and I know women, when it comes to sexual relationships, women are emotional. Guys are wired a little different.
Yep.
That they feel the desire, the lust, and women, get with that man that wants you because he loves you, that actually wants you forever. Get the man that will lay down his life for you, not the one that will take the life from you. There's two types. And like that news clip that I showed you, that guy that took out the mother of their 6 children. Um,
6 children. 6.
yeah, that 6 little girls are going to grow up without a mother, and
Okay.
and
Well, he
basically
didn't.
without a father too.
But he didn't even marry her after the first one, and she had 5 more.
Yeah, no, they weren't even married. It was like oh, they were engaged. Okay, fiance. Okay, stop the crap. What's this
It took
fiance
6
thing?
kids to be a fiance.
Yeah, I'm just like, really,
Yeah, no.
ladies, if he
No, I was a fiance with 0 kids.
And
I
you
was a
should be.
fiance. I was a fiance before we got a puppy and a kitten.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, and what's sad about this whole thing, she was loyal. And she
Extremely.
and I believe, I don't know her or him, but I believe in my heart that she would have, if he would have married her and being, she would have done it. She wouldn't have hesitated. I think she probably wanted that nuclear family setup, and I that could have been what drove him to lose it, because she wanted the family, she wanted the husband to provide for
Right.
for them and the 6 children. She probably wanted a house. She probably
Dude,
wanted to
I'm
live.
telling you. I'm
And,
telling you.
and, and
He
he was probably
already
thinking, "Oh, what's this going to cost me? Oh, all my money." But here's the thing: any man that lays with a woman, you are responsible. And biblically, if you read your Bible, it says that's your wife. And you know what? And if you don't take care of her and the children, you will be judged by God. And it will not be pretty. And men that don't take care of their families are worse than infidels. And,
and
and
I'm telling you though, she already had her wedding planned. She already had her wedding dress, the flowers, the cake. Um, she knew who she wanted in her wedding party.
yeah,
She knew the songs for the reception. She knew the menu for the reception. She had plans for the type of home that they would live in. I mean, she already had plans.
yeah,
Being with him that long and their oldest child was 10, that
yeah.
means she was with him for over 10 years. She had
After,
all that stuff planned. The
yeah,
problem is that he was not stepping up and making it happen.
yeah. Um, Afro Angelique said she probably wanted to leave, and you know what? That was probably it towards the end. She's
Yeah.
probably done with them because it wasn't working. He was violent, um and she
Oh
probably
yeah, and they said it wasn't the first time
yeah,
that he was abusive because she had a protective order against him.
yeah, and the police knew who he was. It's like when
Exactly.
the police know you like that, you're not doing good, seriously.
Exactly. So baby number 6 is 5 months old and the oldest one is 10. Mom was probably at that point of, you know what? He's never going to marry me. He's never going to make us a real family. He's
Hmm.
never going to protect us. He's never going to provide for us. It's time for me to walk away. Take my 6 girls and walk away. And that is when he lost his mind and took her out.
Hmm.
It was
Yeah.
one of those, if
it,
I
it
can't have you, nobody can have you.
yeah, well, now the girls can't have her either. So yeah, that oh man.
And that's
I,
terrible because now their mom is gone. Their dad is absolutely going to prison.
oh yeah. Yeah,
Absolutely.
they- they're
And
they're not going to turn the girls over to him because
those little girls, there's a huge possibility that there's not a family member that's going to take all 6 of them on.
yeah.
And there's a huge chance that they're going to end up in foster care. And, oh my God. And the 5-month old, she is so young, she's not even going to remember her mother.
Yeah, she won't. But the other girls will, and it'll break their heart their whole life. I can't even imagine. I'm just like, and you know what? I heard, I've seen some comments with other videos people were doing on this, and some guys were saying, well, you don't know what he was going through. You don't know what she did. I'm just like, Come on,
What?
regardless of what she did, she don't deserve that. No way,
Thank
no
you.
how. And you know, I've seen similar things like this where people will say, "Well, it's white supremacy that drove them to do it." No, I just it just people are so warped in their thinking, like they're trying to justify why he did this, like something was wrong or something went this way. No, you can't do that. Those type of things. You can't just take people out because you're having problems. When we start making excuses for people's failure, that's when our nation just really falls flat. Because I tell you what, there's and and like her cousin was saying, well, you know, we got to forgive. Well, yeah, but you still suffer the consequences. People don't a lot of times don't understand. God will forgive you, but
Mm-hmm.
you're going to still reap what you sow. You're still going to suffer the consequences. You're not you don't get away with nothing, guys. Forgiveness don't mean that you don't suffer the consequences. I mean sin. Forgives us for sin, but we still get sick. We still, break down. We still, meet our maker one day. We might get cancer. We might get a disease. It's because of sin. It's not, even though we're forgiven, we still got to go through it because, um, but anyway, I don't want to get preaching on a, I get going, I'll be here all night go but seriously, but the thing of it is it's just a sad thing. And I would
It
tell
is.
ladies, you got to be careful, ladies. And I would say with all men, be careful. There's garbage in every river. Just
Yes.
remember that. Um
Yes.
some some communities do better than others. Uh, some groups do better. It's not because they're better, it's because they make better decisions.
Right.
So keep that in mind. Black women are amazing. You know why? Because they think strategic. You know why? Because they have a big heart. They put everything into what they love. And that's what makes black women powerful. That's why our interracial relationships are the strongest, are the longest lasting, even though we're the most attacked, even though people come for us more than any other group. But when you do things right, it don't matter what you're faced with, you're going to be successful. And that's the truth. And you can't deny it. And when it comes to black women and white men, truth be told, we are the alphas in our communities. I mean, not every situation, but on the collective, we are. We're the most successful. We're the most strategic. We're thinking beyond. And you know what? That's what sets us apart is how we go about it. How, the choices we make. And we shouldn't be ashamed of it. We shouldn't have to explain it. And people, instead of attacking, should sit back and learn something instead of being
Well,
jealous and crazy. I'm just saying.
I have a cousin,
Hmm.
um, and he. I've tried to talk to him. I've tried to make him understand, and he's like, he's questioned me, like, why are black women so aggressive and um masculine when it comes to dealing with black men, but when other men step into the picture, like white men, Hispanic men, Asian men, suddenly black women are submissive.
Can
And
I
I'm like,
explain that one?
and I'm like, and I've tried to explain it to him. I've tried to tell him because number one, black men have never made black women feel safe. We don't feel safe around black men. None of us, ever. And the simple fact that black men are doing nothing to build, protect, provide for us. They're not doing it. So black women, it's on us to educate ourselves, start businesses, pay our own bills, raise our kids, take care of ourselves without the help from black men.
Well,
They're doing nothing to help us. But
yeah.
when a man of other men step in, white
Hmm.
men, Asian men, Hispanic men step in, we're suddenly protected. We're suddenly provided for. We're suddenly taken care of. And
Yeah.
and it's just a natural thing for other men. Other men, y'all do this naturally. It's part
Well,
of your it's like it's part of your DNA. Y'all do it naturally, and black men don't seem to
okay.
understand that.
Yeah. Let me say this. Um, yeah, what you're saying is true, but here's the thing. When it comes to white men, and Corey, you can, elaborate on this. And here's my thing. Whenever I dated a black woman, okay,
Okay.
whenever one accepted me and was into me, that was to me, it was the greatest thing. I was so happy. I was so appreciative of that. And you know what? Black women didn't show me love like they do black men at all. I got a little bit of it and I was in love. And you know what? When I was accepted, I tell you this, I appreciated it. You know what this? I cherished it. You know what? And I think that's another part why our relationships last. We don't see black women as we have automatic access to them. No, we know if she even gives us the time of day, it is a privilege that she allows and it is a blessing. And that's how we look at it. So when we receive that, we're very grateful. Where I think men in the community don't see it that way. They say, well, that's our women. They're supposed to be for us. They're supposed to fight the good fight for us. Us as white men, we don't see it that way. We don't even
Right.
expect Becky to fight the good fight for us.
No.
Not at
Right.
all. So we're
Right.
we're not even caught up in that stuff. So when black women show us love, it means something. It's valuable. It's precious. It's a
Hmm.
blessing. And it
Oh,
and if we're
thank
into black
you.
women, it's everything to us. And it just and the thing of it is we see the true beauty.
And that's
And
I think that's part of it. Is
mhm,
that is that when black women get with other men and we see and we feel the protection and the provision and everything the way it's supposed to be, we are so appreciative that we're willing to give him everything, you
yeah,
know?
it's
And
like
because like me and Tree,
mhm,
dude, Tree is my heart.
there you go.
She's
And
my everything.
that's the way it's supposed to be. We come together as one. And you know, and that's why a lot of our marriages last longer. It's because we're doing it strategic and we're finding love. We have to stick up for each other, and
Right.
that creates a strong bond. When
Oh,
I
a
tell you,
huge pond.
and
Huge
my
pond.
my wife's told me this. She says, you know what? Every time you stood up for me, I just wanted to just hug you so tight and just wanted to And you know what? I feel the same way when she did it for me. It brings us closer together. And a
Yeah,
lot of times the hate and stuff that people throw at you actually brings you closer together
it sure
because
does.
you see each other fighting for each other. And you get to the point that it's us against the world and we're going to win. It's a done deal. We got this. We're going to live the life we want. We're going to do what we want to do, and we are the power couple, and we're not going to be denied.
Right
And
on.
that's the thought process. And once we get there, there's nothing stopping us. Nothing.
Right on.
Uh, but hey, Corey,
Yes, sir.
sorry, brother. We're me and Indiana Mom are kind of taking over.
That's okay. I got a sweet distraction in the back here too, so I'm all right.
Oh, okay.
Corey, stop.
What?
But Corey, when's that wedding, man? I'm waiting.
Right
I
on.
Well,
I
it probably won't happen till next year.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know so I can get down there.
Well, there's got to be at least minimum of a 90-day courtship.
Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, yeah. What do they have a speed line where you can like a express checkout? No,
Wait,
that
90-day courtship? Are you kidding? No, 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 boo. No, boo.
Why not?
No, baby. No. It's got to be like a good year courtship.
Really?
Yes.
Well, hmm.
well. Truth be
Is it?
told, Indiana Mom, I had a 2 month courtship, married my wife in 5 months, and yeah, we're still married. We move
Okay, but
fast.
like I said, Tree and I became study buddies, and we were friends for 8 months.
Yeah. Well,
And
Yeah,
I
every
because you
had,
were,
I
you,
had, I had no idea he liked me
but you were
until,
young kids. You were kids.
until another guy asked me out on a date, and I was like, "Oh, he asked me on a date," and I told Tree, and I was like so excited, and he was like, no, no, that date is not going to happen," and I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "You're my girl."
hey,
And you're not going on a date with another dude. You're my girl. And I was
eh,
like, "Since when?" He's like, "Since now." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
hey, ABB, you changed your name, Rachel Sanders. I just noticed.
But I mean, it took him 8 months of being friends with me, and I didn't see it. I mean, I
Yeah,
really
but
didn't. I didn't.
you guys were kids. My confidence level is probably
Yeah,
a
you.
hundred
But
a hundred times that is what
but
Tree had at that age. I mean,
I didn't
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I didn't see it because um the stuff he was doing didn't register in
oh
my brain.
no, I'm way more vocal. I'll come
You
right
know
out
what
and
I'm
tell you.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
you. Hey, you.
We were on campus, and like I said, we get out of cheer practice at like 10,
Yeah.
11 o'clock at night, and he would be waiting outside the gym to walk me back to the dorm so I
Yes.
wouldn't have to walk by myself. I didn't understand that. It didn't register in my brain because I was only 18.
Okay. Um. Yeah.
So I was stupid.
But you're kids, like Corey said, and here's the thing: when I met my wife Sandy, we were in our 20s.
Right.
And we got married. I was 24. She's 25. We knew what we wanted, so we didn't. We weren't in high school or college, you know, being besties and figured it out. No, we already knew what we wanted. I
Right.
approached my wife out of the blue, and of course, she made me give me my number and didn't give me hers, so I thought I was rejected, but she did call me back, and it worked out. But once we started dating and once we started getting close, we already knew what we were going to do. We already
Right.
It was like she was my wife before she was my wife.
Right.
And but we had the same goal, we had the same plan. And we were older. Back in my teenage days, I wouldn't have thought of that. And what Corey said, he's got confidence. You know what? I got a mountain of confidence. I and it's weird. It's like when I was younger and was better looking and had something to offer. I was afraid, but now that I'm older and I have nothing, it's like and I've been like out in town and done the experience. I'll walk up to a black woman and just start talking to her, and just to see the reaction. And sometimes they're into it, like, oh yeah, well,
Right.
a- and and I tell guys, do not be afraid. You don't. But young guys, they got it, but they're afraid. Older guys don't have it, but they got confidence. Does that make sense? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it
Um,
does.
and I can be more successful older than when I was younger because I just had more confidence as I got older. Does that make sense? And
Yeah, it does.
I would tell young men, just go for it because
Hmm.
you you have more. You're more successful than you think you are.
But that's
Seriously.
that's what I mean. I
Um,
mean, as a college student, and Tree and I had an established friendship first,
well, yeah.
and we were very close, and we had a friendship, and once the feelings were revealed, it was on and popping. We were, yeah, it was on.
Hey, hey, everybody, check out Rachel Sanders. She's got a YouTube channel. Check her out. Show her some love. Subscribe to
Hmm.
her. Yeah, I mean, she's awesome and has a nice channel. So check her out.
Cool.
Um, yeah, but I just wanted to put that out there.
But
Uh,
I mean, even though I was young,
uh,
I really believe that the friendship that Tree and I had initially before we started dating, uh, really paved the way for us to be serious.
yeah, it's your foundation, and and that's good because people move at a different pace. Me and my
Yeah,
wife, we moved quick, but we were ready. Um,
yeah,
you and Tree, you tell your story,
yeah,
and you guys went about it longer because that's just where you were at.
exactly.
And when people get older, they're more serious. When you're teenagers, you're having fun. You're just out. You're doing you,
Right,
and it's like Ash says, 90 days is good enough for me. Jesus is coming back soon. I want to get
right,
married before that. I mean, and here's the thing. I don't believe there's a time you got to spend with somebody to make sure it's right because I proposed to my wife 2 months after I met her. And
wow,
my marriage is still going strong. I know people that have been married that have been dating for a number of years and their marriages fell right off the bat. They got
right,
to know each other many years,
right,
but it don't work. Why? And it depends on the people. It depends on you know some people are meant to be married. I've heard of people knowing each other for like a couple weeks and get married and it works out. And I know people that have courted each other and got to know them and looked at everything and did it and it don't work. So
right.
I mean, it just depends. And I'm not saying jump into stuff. No, don't do that. But as we get older, we're more serious. It has
Right.
more value. Um, Marriage to me and my wife was valuable in our mid 20s than it was when we were teenagers.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, people that start out young, um, sometimes people are more mature. My daughter and my son-in-law got married at 20. They were both 20 years old, not even 21, and they've been married 7 years now. Got
Jeez.
two daughters. So I mean, I thought it was too soon, too fast. But you know what? I'm wrong. It worked.
Right.
So I mean, it just depends. And you know, and but
Well,
anyway, I
like
would
my
just
son, like my son CJ.
uh-huh.
Um, uh, he met Courtney when they were 8 years old.
Okay.
It was at my friend's wedding, and actually we were at the wedding. We were in the wedding. I was the maid of honor. My son was the ring bearer.
Hey,
It was
I'm sorry. Let me answer Tiffany Cutter's question. My son-in-law, yeah, he's a white guy. Um, my youngest daughter is engaged to a white guy. Yeah. But
awesome.
but to be fair, that's our culture. We're in a white neighborhood. That's
Right.
but yeah, they are. They're good guys too. I mean my son-in-law is awesome.
Right.
The guy that's engaged to my wife, I got to get to know him a little better. He needs to be run through the ringer a few times, but
Okay.
he seems pretty good. He's a young Marine, and he gives me and my wife a lot of respect, and so
Right.
it's he's getting there. Still needs work though,
Right.
you know.
But my son, my friend got married, and my son was her ring bearer. He was 8 years old,
Hmm.
and
Uh-huh.
it was a beach wedding. And he wanted to go swim in the lake. And that
Uh-huh.
particular day, I was like, dude, you're wearing a rented tux. You're not no, we're not doing the beach thing. We're not swimming today.
Mhm.
Okay. That was a Saturday. By Wednesday, he had complained and whined so much that his dad was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna take him to the beach."
Mhm.
And it was like a little just county beach, little tiny place. And I was like, "Okay." So dad and son went to the beach. I wasn't there. And um when they got home, my husband, it
Okay.
was funny. It was hilarious. My husband gave me a piece of paper and it had a
Uh-huh.
phone number. And I was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Did a woman give you her phone number?" And he's like, "No, this is a number that a little girl gave our son." And
Oh.
I was like, "What? What?" So he explained to me that they were at the beach and they were having fun, and our son started playing started playing with this little girl,
Yeah.
and they were building sand castles and they were splashing water on each other, and they were just getting along great. Okay. And um
Okay.
when her mom said it's time to go home, she walked up to my husband with a piece of paper with the phone number and gave it to my husband and said, I I'm giving my number to you because um CJ's hands are wet and I don't want his wet hands to smear the numbers.
Okay, so
And my husband was like, "What the hell?"
yeah,
Okay, so
okay.
he brought the number to me.
Uh,
So I called it and then I talked to her mom, Amy,
uh-huh.
and we hit it off.
Okay, hey, we- okay,
But
we're eh,
I'm telling you,
y-
Christian met Courtney when they were 8 years old. They
yes.
ended up going to middle school and high school together. They ended up graduating together. They ended up dating each other and they ended up married. And now
Oh, okay,
and
nice.
now
Okay.
my granddaughter Alicia is their baby.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay. Indiana mom,
But
you
they
go
met
so
when they were 8 years old.
yeah, Indiana mom, you go in such detail. I mean,
I
we'll be
do.
here
I'm
all night
sorry.
hearing the story. It's like,
I'm sorry. It might be an Aquarius thing. I don't know.
yeah, but
But
I mean,
yeah,
we can't go too deep because then Corey hadn't been able to get a word in, poor
I'm
guy.
sorry.
And
I'm sorry.
you know,
But
I
yeah,
I, I get long winded, so we kind of shut Corey out.
I'm
And
sorry.
Oh,
But
I'm
yeah, our,
I'm
our,
okay.
our, our granddaughter Alicia is Courtney's baby.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, well, that's a
And they
beautiful
met when they
story.
were 8 years old.
Okay. Well, sometimes it goes like that. You meet when you're children. Uh, I never had that. I met my wife when I was 24, and I married her when I was 24. I never had that. Best friend meet. No, I
Yeah,
saw
no,
my wife.
they
I
met when they were 8 years old
okay,
and then they married when they were in their 20s. And now we have the grandbaby.
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
so
never.
she's called me mom since she was 10.
Yeah, love hearing Indiana mom adventures. I do. Indiana mom, but
Stop.
you get in such detail. Oh my goodness. We
I'm
we all we
sorry.
know we all know how you and Trey met. We know you were besties. We knew he didn't. He was your friend till that guy approached you, and then he said,
Oh,
"Nope, you're
yes.
gonna be mine."
Yes.
Uh, yeah,
Brandon asked me out on a date and Tree was like,
yeah, we
no,
know. Yeah, we know.
no, that's not happening.
You gotta
You're my
write a.
girl.
You know what? You gotta write a book on your experience, interracial dating and marriage. Serious, Indiana mom. I mean, I'm thinking about doing it. Sandy told me I should do it. She says, "Yeah, tell your story. Tell it. Write a book about it. Tell
Okay, but
people what you
I,
think."
I don't think I'm a very good writer. I'm a
It
terrible
it
writer.
don't matter. It don't matter. You know how to write, you know how to read. Write it
Mm.
down. Keep writing it down. Get with people that proofread it. Get your punctuation, your grammar. And if you're not good at it like me, guess what? Have people help you out. There's always a way.
Dude,
I
dude,
mean, you have the
dude,
story.
do you hear my train of thought? How I skip around and I jump around and
No,
I'm
but
everywhere.
uh,
Yeah, no, I can't be a
I that
writer. I
that's up
can't.
to hey, that's up to you, but you got such detailed stories. You can write a book on this. And you know what? People like hearing it. Um and you go such in detail, and you tell the story about how your kids met these
Hmm.
kids and how they, exchange numbers, and you can write about your days that and people
Well,
are
yeah. I
interested
mean,
in interracial relationships. They are,
but I
and
mean, I can talk about it. I'm a really good talker.
hey,
You know
that's
what I
all it
mean?
takes.
But like writing,
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be very good at that.
Yeah,
Hey,
you'd be surprised. Hey, Afro Angelique, good to see you, young
Hey,
lady.
Afro.
hey. Indiana mom, do you journal?
No, I don't. I don't write anything down. I don't.
You
I
might
don't
want to
do
start
any of that.
journaling because you might, if you start journaling, it might turn into a book.
Yeah.
But I don't. I don't think I can because I
There
don't.
is
I
no
don't have
can't,
the.
only do.
Indiana mom, look.
But I
Hey,
don't. I don't think I have the capacity for it
hey,
because
hey,
As
it's
long
just
as you
like
keep
hey,
telling yourself you can't, then you can't. You have to talk yourself into it.
hey, Indiana mom.
all right. All right.
Hey,
I will
hey,
try.
hey,
I
hey,
will.
listen to me, Indiana mom.
Okay.
And, and answer these questions. Indiana mom, are you a black
Yes.
woman?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe black women are the best choice?
Uh,
Okay.
for everyone but black men. Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, do you believe black women are the most educated?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you believe that black women are the most strategic when it comes to, dating?
Yes.
Well,
Absolutely.
interracially they are, right?
Yes.
Black
Absolutely.
women right now have the most businesses amongst any group of women. Did you know that?
Oh, yes.
Do,
Of course I know
do
that.
you do you think black women uh are running the black community right now? Cuz you
Sweetheart, sweetheart. Black
uh,
women have been running the black community since the
okay.
1940s.
Okay, so now you answer my question. So, do you think as a black woman you have enough strength and enough talent that you could write a book? I mean, you might not have the best writing, you might not have the best skills, and that's okay. But what it takes is confidence, determination, and knowing you got what's inside, that you got what it takes. And I would tell black women, and this drives me crazy. Black women are doing so many amazing things, and then they'll say, "Well, how do I get with Brad?" Really? You could be the most educated, but can't get a Brad? No, I'm sorry, ladies. You can have a Brad if you want a Brad.
Oh, I
That,
got
that,
my Brad.
yeah,
I
you
got
see,
my
see,
Brad.
there you go. So you can get your book too, but that's up to you if you want to do that. I'm just saying, you got stories, you got something people would love to hear. Um, Interracial relationships is growing. Black women, white men, we're the most, you might say, race loyal, but we're the most successful when we step out of our race. So we got a powerful connection, and
Yes,
you have a
that's
story
true.
people would love to hear. You have something that's powerful and don't even know it. And I'm starting to think, you know what? And my wife Sandy said, do it, tell your story, because people want to hear your story. People want to
Right.
know how to do what you and Sandy did, and they do. Even though we're up in age, we don't look like Brad Pitt and Naomi Campbell. But the thing of it is we've been in an interracial marriage for several years, and it's been
Yes.
successful. Um,
Yes.
our kids are successful. What is
Yes.
making this work? People want to know this. Um, and that's your life story. I mean, you got something that's unique. You got something that's beautiful. Um, why not? I see people writing books about stupid stuff. And they can do it. You got a more interesting story.
I
Um,
mean, I mean, our son went to college,
Mm-hmm.
and that was at his dad's insistence,
Mm-hmm.
and now since he's graduated, he's married, he has a new baby, and he has taken over the family business and allowed my husband to retire. And yeah, we're in the RV, we're traveling, we're visiting friends. Yeah.
There you
And,
go.
Okay,
and
so
our
can I ask
son
you?
has taken over the business.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not go into.
Okay,
Okay.
so can I ask you a question, Indiana Mom?
Sure.
Okay, so would you like for your kids and your grandkids to know your story with your husband?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of
So,
course. Of
so if
course.
you, it could become a project of just being creating something that's like even just like even if it's a picture book through stories, through pictures that you already have to present to them your story of your love story and your family's love story. It could be
But we already
visual
have
instead of hmm.
Yeah.
we already have that.
So
Yeah.
did you have a story? Do you have a story to write with each one of those pictures?
Yes, we already have that. We
Okay,
already
so
yeah.
I.
Yeah.
so if you've actually done all the work, then you just have to put the stories that you put with those pictures together, and then you have your book.
There you go. And Afro Angelique's right. I mean, and even it. And see this. You write a book. I'm thinking about writing one. And it's not so I could sell a lot and be famous because it probably won't be that. But what it is it's a historical document. Because when me and Sandy are long gone and our grandkids, they'll read it one day and they'll see our love story. They'll see how we came together, and it's history. And history is important with your family. You like to know what your grandparents did, how they met, how they, and you're in an interracial marriage. You're in something you had to step out of your comfort zone. You had to you had to go for it, and that's what makes our relationship special. We stepped out of our comfort zone. We did it our way. We did what we wanted to do, and we gave society and the rest of the world the finger and just lived our life and lived our best life, and that is valuable. And if nothing else, your kids, your grandkids have a historical document that you've created, and that's valuable. That really is. Um,
Mhm.
and it can start with, like she said, journals. Write a journal. I know my daughters write journals all the time. They've have since they were preteens. I mean, I don't know what it is with girls, but it's crazy. They got a journal. They just did it,
Yeah, I
and
can't
they
journal.
still. You can't journal. My girls did. They would just write down events that happened and they did their thing. I never read none of their stuff because I respect their privacy. I will
That
not do
makes
that.
you a good dad.
Yeah, but
But
that
still, we've always shared our family stories um with the kids.
yeah,
So they know
But I mean, you can.
our history.
But that doesn't mean that you can't put them all in one place and maybe possibly bind them up, and then
it,
everybody has a book of your family.
yeah, and here's the thing, Indiana mom. Here's the thing. We tell stories within our family. My grandfather came to New Mexico because he suffered from mustard gas poisoning in World War I.
Oh wow.
I know he fought in World War I, right? I know that's the reason I live in the desert to this day, because of that. Here's the thing. I knew he did that. And it feels good. He fought for our country and protected our freedom, but you know what?
Right.
He wrote he had like a journal. He wrote down stuff that happened, and I got some documents. I know of certain battles he was involved in, and the stuff he went through, which was horrifying. And I know certain events. I know when he came out to New Mexico with with his wife, and they were still young in their 20s.
Oh,
My
wow.
great grandmother died at 26. My great grandfather was like 28. He never married again. That was his true love. And
Wow.
and the thing of it is you know, he died early because of mustard gas poisoning. He survived the war, but you know, he had to come out where the air was dry. But see, I know certain things. I know how my great grandmother was because of what he wrote about. I know
Yeah.
I have love letters that they had between each other, and that's historical. I don't I it, without that I would just say, okay, he's in World War One. Okay, what did he do? I don't know. They came out west. Okay, my great grandmother died young, but what was she about? I don't know. But with this, it's knowledge. It's something that you get a glimpse of who you are in a way. It's you know, and you see your family members that have sacrificed, that have had you know went through some horrible things, but that have persevered through it and still kept moving forward. And
Right.
you know, and that's I think that's what Afro Angelique's talking about. It's your story. You know, I right now me and my wife record stories for my granddaughter. We tell her bedtime stories. I
Aw.
record it, you know, just like I make a video for YouTube. I do it for my granddaughter. Me and my wife will read her a story. We read her story about Dumbo. Next, we're going to do Alice in Wonderland, and then we
Okay.
record it us reading the book, and me and my wife pass the book back and forth and read the story, and then we have a toy surprise at the end, and she gets excited about that. So
Right.
after the story, we send her the little toy, so she waits in the mail, and it's that way of her bonding with us, and we're not in the same place she is. And
Right.
she'll cherish that. And those videos, she'll probably be showing to her grandkids when we're long gone. Um, there's things we can do for our family, and family is a beautiful thing. And when you establish a family and your kids, give them something to remember you by, because we're not on this earth long. Our life is like a vapor. And you know what? And, and I remember my great grandmother, you know, she lived to be 106. And I remember when I was like 4 or 5 years old, she was holding my hand, and she was, I think, in her 90s or something. But she would talk about Ireland, how beautiful it was, how, you know, that's where we came from. And, you know, it's funny because my grandfather, her son, would say, yeah, if it's so great, why did we leave that dang place? You know, he was just not having it, but she thought it was beautiful. And she told me the story. This is stuff we remember in our family. Um, you know, it's valuable. But I'm sorry, we got off the subject.
I
But
I just want to know. I thought you were just doing a quick panel.
I was, and you guys talked me out of it. Yeah, a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to end this soon. I went
'Cause I was
longer
gonna
than
invoke the
usual.
power of Sandy.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I might have to. Yeah, it's 11:30 right now. But
No, it's only 10:30.
yeah, okay,
Okay,
Corey.
Corey.
Ah, but seriously, guys, the 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 show tonight is we're talking about how to protect black women. And guys, we need to think about this. How can we do it with what we got? What can I do that protects black women? Is it something like telling the truth, telling how black women are doing amazing things? Does that help? Is it giving women advice when it comes to men? You know, watching out for jealous men? And that's all races. You don't want to get with jealous man. Um, could it be just having the panel talking about it? because I'm not going to be roaming the streets,
I think
like Batman, but but I think it needs to be done. Something needs to be done because, um,
Brent, you can only do
yes,
so much.
yeah, you can, but
And the thing about it is that what you have been doing is showing Black women that they have options. And for so long, it was we didn't have any option. There was only one option.
mm,
And you're also showing this is the way that a man should be treating a woman. And
Yeah.
because there are a lot of women that don't actually get that particular point of view.
Hmm.
So if you continue to show this is what you should be looking for, this is what your expectations should be, then you can facilitate change and a mindset that will help Black women to protect themselves until they can get the person that's going to be there
yeah,
for
Mhm.
them.
Yeah.
And you're on the right pathway, but you can only do so much. And there's
yeah,
only so much you can say or do because ultimately it's up to a person to change their own minds because you can't change anybody.
yeah. That's true. But
Um, because I mean, I wasn't really I was only contemplating opening up my options until I ran across your channel and then I fully opened my options.
nice.
What changed your mind?
Right on.
Just because I have never heard anyone speak about Black women the way Brent speaks.
Mm.
Mm,
Not even Black men.
Wow.
So if I can't if I have to go where I'm wanted, not where people think I should be.
Right
So
on.
mm,
if someone shows me that I am valued, I am appreciated, and I am loved, and they're meeting the standards that I have for myself as well as the person I want to be with, then that's where I should be. And so many people don't realize that character and color don't necessarily go hand in hand.
mm,
So you have to go where the character is and not where the color is.
Mhm.
mm,
And Brent actually opens up that that kind of mindset. And when you have that mindset and you're open, it allows you to be open and it allows you the scales to fall off your eyes and not automatically reject somebody just because of the color of their skin, to actually try to get to know someone and see who they are before, oh, okay, well this white person is a little bit better than the other person. Oh, this yellow person, this Asian person is a little bit better than me. Just allow yourself to actually have options and
yeah,
just go for character because a lot of people are not going for character. They're on that insanity merry-go-round and they refuse to get off.
Mm.
And, because I've hear so much, I want to change, I want to change. But you keep doing the same thing. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And you're on the insanity merry-go-round and you need to get off.
Yeah,
yeah.
you see, I kind of threw away my annual pass for the playground. I'm done with the kiddie rides. I'm just totally done with them.
You took your all-day pass and said, "Heck with this."
I dropped it in the wastebasket as I left the park. I ain't going around that little merry-go-round no more.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
You're
after I,
you you're starting the pathway of Black women, teaching them how to protect themselves because if if they're not finding what they need in the community that they're in, then they need to start going outside of their community. And unfortunately, a lot of times when you get bogged down in a situation and people, oh, you need to protect yourself, you need to go get a TRO. Sometimes a TRO will trigger the very person that you're trying to protect yourself from.
mhm.
So it's like it's very tricky to try to manage getting out of certain situations because I cannot tell you in these last couple months and years of people just like, and it's of men killing the mother of their children as well as their children. They just walk, they just snap one day, walk in, shoot the mother in the face, and then shoot the kids,
Mm.
and then shoot themselves. And it's just like, what made somebody snap like that? Or they shoot themselves and they shoot the mother of their children and leave the children alone, just witnessing that carnage. And it's just, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But we have to learn how to start, making better decisions, because if you start laying that if you're laying down with men that don't deserve you, then you put yourself in a position where you need to be protected.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the key is for ladies getting a man that deserves you seriously because like I say, you want a man to be able to lay down his life for you, not take yours.
Yeah,
It,
that's backwards.
yeah, it's backwards. It's like yeah, and but I appreciate what you said and I'm humbled by it. But I think us talking about it means something. I think, you know, and my thing, I think uplifting black women is a good thing. I don't think it's pandering. I don't think it's something that shouldn't be done because, you know, I see people attacking black women left and right. And
Mhm.
they need to know people do love them. There's men out there that love black women that think black women are everything. That is me. I thought black women were everything. I still do. I'm just like, you
I
know what?
never knew
I,
that.
I, yeah, I married a black woman. I've been married for 28 years. I'm all in. This ain't just something that, hey, it looks like fun. Let me try it. No, this is my life. This is,
And
and
this is the thing, people hate what they don't understand. So when
yeah,
they come after you, it's because they don't understand. They don't know who God is. And when you don't know who God is, you don't know what love is. And if you don't know what love is, you can't move forward in life and have good
yeah,
things.
Hmm. Well, hey,
yeah.
before Sandy comes after all of us, I'm going to drop off of here.
Okay, yeah. I've stepped out a little bit, but I'm still on, guys. I got the avatar and the my headset, so I'm about the
Mhm.
house. So I'm going, I'm still talking, but I'm going to close down here in a little bit because it is getting late.
Yep.
But I wanted to make this video, and I want to focus on protecting black women. And my thing is the way I look at it, black women are our responsibility, all races of men, because they're in our community, they're in our nation. And why would we just protect someone that looks like us? I mean, that segregated mindset, us as men need to get out of that. We need to protect women, period. Whether they date us or like us or don't, it don't matter. Becky could cuss me out left and right and tell me I'm garbage, but as a man, it's my duty to protect her. It really is. And
Well,
if we all thought that way as men, we'd be better off. I think we'd be better as a nation.
yeah. Love is love, and love knows no color.
Yeah.
And God created all of us. So, um, if you're just loving, the thing about it is that if you're loving based on color, that's not the kind of love that God has. And that's
And
not of God.
it's not. And then you're just loving a skin tone or a look. You're not really digging deep into the soul, into the heart. Um, you know, and why do you love that person? Because they look like that, or because they have character, because you felt love from that group? I say I love black women, and people say, well, you're supposed to love women in your community too. And I do, but it's a different love. It's something
It's
I
a
felt
filial
from.
love and not a romantic love.
Yeah, it's different love. I mean, when it comes to black women, it's more of a nurturing love, more of a husband and wife love, more of intimate love than it is with white women with me. It's just that's me. Now I'm not saying you have to take my path, but the thing of it is I have a reason why I do that. Why I feel that way, why I chosen my path. And it's not a path of lust, it's not a path of seeing what it's like. It's a path of love. It's a path that was set before me when I was 5 years old, that God put me in that position. It's and why did I go that way? Because black women showed me they're the better option, even when I was a child. And nothing wrong with that. If who you're with is the best option for you, go with that best option. Ladies and gentlemen, seriously. Um, but that's it in a nutshell, really. But I'm going to have to close this down. Um,
No
Corey, thanks for
worries.
coming on. Uh,
Thank you for having me. I'm out.
oh, thanks.
Um,
Thanks for coming
I
on. Good to
appreciate
see you.
you.
I appreciate you too. Big love to you, Afro Angelique. And thank you, Indiana Mom, as always. And Rachel Sanders, thank you, young lady. Um, and Sophia, thanks for coming on. I know we weren't able to pull you up because of the microphone or whatever it is, but you're always welcome. I'm depressed I didn't get to talk to you. I really am. I love when you come on. Uh, but all you ladies, I'm just this is so awesome. And I hope you enjoyed the panel tonight. And listen, guys, black women, protect yourself. You're that treasure, and the only one that deserves you is the one you allow access to that loves you. Okay, ladies, do not settle for less because you are more. You deserve the best because you are the best. Okay. But anyway, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And thanks for coming on. Indiana Mom, it's always a pleasure. Your stories are awesome. Write that book. Okay? Um, but guys, this was a fun show. And I'll see you guys Friday night. And if you guys got any content you want me to talk about, shoot it my way. I'm going to put a movie review. I want to do a movie review on Free State of Jones down the road. I would love to have a panel come on and do a reaction with me. Um, Me and Sandy are going to do a hair video coming down the road, and there's a couple other videos. My wife Sandy was talking about that she wants to do a show about and stuff. So, but we're going to do one on hair. She's going to get a new hairstyle. It's a surprise. She don't even tell me what it is, but I'm excited. But we'll talk about black women's hair, and she wants to talk about that. And I know you ladies like to talk about that stuff, and that'll be a good show and stuff. And but I got plans going ahead. I'll see you guys Friday night. Okay, it'll be a late night live, but it'll be fun. And I'll see you guys on the prayer meeting Sunday also. And but anyway, guys, I love you guys. Ladies, protect yourself. Ladies, remember, you have options. Okay? Whatever color a man you want to be with, go with the one that treats you the best. But hey, the world is yours. Live for you. Okay? Because when you live for you, you're better off, your children are better off, and you'll be happier. But anyway, guys, I'll see you Friday night. Have a good night. God bless you and your families. And